Hi there, welcome to Joshi'ing Around Weekly, a podcast in which we will discuss the most important shows, the best matches and the hottest topics in Japanese women's pro wrestling on a weekly basis. I'm Tim.
And I'm Eric.
And welcome to the show. Hello everyone, and welcome to the 13th episode of Joshi'ing Around Weekly. Today is December the 2nd, and we are gonna cover a whole lot of STARDOM Tag League, the finals included. Then we're gonna have a little bit of Marigold, a little bit of Tokyo Joshi Pro, and we are gonna enter the indie zone. With Eric and me, and we are gonna talk about Sendai Girls, Wave, Actress, Seed, and the Kanreki Festival. After that, we're gonna have some quick previews and our match of the week. Hello, Eric.
Hello. How you doing?
I'm fine. Where have you been? Where have you been spending the night?
Excuse me? I see. I may have been unfaithful to you.
Really? I may
Yes.
have heard about that.
Yes, I may have had an appearance on Wrestling Omikaze, John's podcast and Voices of Wrestling, where I may have spoken about some STARDOM, but I will not be repeating my take. I got fresh, new, hot takes straight out the oven just for this podcast. An exclusive.
That's brilliant.
Where have you been spending the night?
I was at home.
Oh, okay.
You do realize that once you've appeared on my podcast, you have a 2-year non-compete, unpaid?
Oh, is it a global enforcement?
Absolutely. You're not the only person that doesn't realize that for some reason. I think nobody reads their contracts. I don't know what to do about that.
I mean, it'll be fine. My lawyers will deal with it. It's no biggie.
All right. That's good to know.
Have you seen that's how Andrade is actually dealing with it? It's fucking insane.
Wait, but why isn't he on AW then?
Oh no, they enforced the non-compete on him, the 1-year non-compete.
Yeah,
and he's so relaxed about it, just talking on Mexican TV about it, and I don't think he realizes how fucked it is. He's just so chill weird about it.
Yeah, it's definitely strange, but I don't understand why Tony doesn't just have him on TV anyway. I have zero. Well, it's the USA. It's pretty fucked over there. Maybe there is a chance.
Yeah.
But I really don't believe that it is in any way enforceable the way WWE handled it.
No, it isn't.
It's fucking criminal.
Well, it's definitely not. But the problem is getting to that decision will cost a lot of money that Tony probably doesn't want to. I know he's a billionaire.
I mean,
but yeah, but it's like administrative time. It's time as well, right?
Yeah,
court hearings, file shit. Yeah, it's a lot of time and effort.
I guess.
I mean, I would do it if I was him. I would do it just to fuck with WWE. Just to get that. But, you know what I think? One thing is he does run a company, right? He's a billionaire that runs a company. I think there might be a small part of him that's like, if I get this thrown out, then I can't do the same to them.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's evil or anything. I just think he wants that competitive advantage, right?
Yeah, I heard about that too.
That's one of the reasons why he treats all his wrestlers as independent contractors still, right? He just sort of co-opted a lot of the same similar business practices that WWE did when they started out. Just because if he didn't, he's at a competitive disadvantage, and you can't really do that as a challenger brand.
Yeah, that's true. That's the argument I've heard. That actually makes kind of sense, but it's fucked.
Yeah, for sure.
Whatever. Speaking of Tony Khan,
what are you segueing this into? Yeah,
he played a pivotal role in the Tanahashi last match decision.
That was pretty good. That was
not as pivotal maybe as some people are pretending, but You can read all about this in Trish Spears' tremendous lead article in this week's Social Suplex newsletter. We're finally back for our big autumn edition. It's a big one. You can read anything about everything in this issue. We promise you, if you dive into this, you're gonna have a lot to get through and a lot of great writing, a lot of fascinating pieces, a lot of great articles, and yeah, check out the Millie McKenzie piece too from Chris Gannon. Check out Peter's piece on the Wrestling Observer Hall of Fame, and Chris's piece, Chris Whitehead's piece on the Stardom 5-Star Grand Prix is also brilliant. And of course, all the writing Eric does throughout the entire Asia section, and I think you're doing US now too.
I did all the indie stuff.
David Hayter does a lot of US wrestling coverage too, so he was our guest like 2 episodes ago. So please check everything out. It's a brilliant edition of the Social Suplex newsletter. It's at socialsuplex.com. You're gonna find it, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I kind of want to say just a bit of a disclaimer about the Asia section. But I think the way I've designed it is not to be read from front to back unless you have nothing else to do and you're a sicko. I think it would probably take a week plus to read it like front to back, just how much there is. But what I am encouraging people to do is that if you have a promotion in mind that you feel like you've been out of the loop with, or you just want to know what's going on in that promotion, all you need to do is navigate to that promotion, read the summary. There's like literally a 2-paragraph summary, not much, two paragraphs over 3 months. That's a really difficult thing to do, trust me. It took me a while to figure it out. If the bite-sized summary sounds interesting, then you can go on to read the show reviews and read the results of each show, whatever you want. It's meant to be more of like a pick and mix, a pick and choose, rather than a linear article. And the reason I do it that way is because I think it's easier for someone to get into a promotion when they can read everything that's happened in that promotion for the period the newsletter covers. So there's like nothing missing. You won't worry, oh no, what if there's no context here? Nope, all the context you need is right there underneath that promotion heading. We got Ice Ribbon Dojo shows, Pure Jade Dojo shows for some reason, Marvelous House shows that Shoe Pro or Cage Match don't seem to have listed, whatever you can think of. It's 2025, all the promotions are accessible, either directly through their streaming services or through the newsletter where you can catch up. So if you've been thinking about getting into a promotion, there's no more excuses. Even Tim, on this very podcast, has watched Diana, Ice Ribbon, Actress Girls. He watched some SEAdLINNG for this episode, spoilers. So yeah.
Yeah, and it's awesome.
Hell yeah.
So, Eric, how are you doing? We haven't even talked about that.
Well, I was very tired today because I was recording at Makaze until 4 a.m. And then I had to work, and I didn't get my lunchtime nap, so I'm very, very grumpy. I'm someone that needs my nap at lunchtime. Not every day, but days where I get 5 hours sleep, I do need a lunchtime nap. So I didn't even get that today because things were busy. So, but I know the power of the power of the indie zone in particular, but also Stardom is going to carry me through today.
Hell yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm fine. I'm actually pretty, what do you call it? Pretty fit today. Like,
fit?
I went to bed early yesterday, slept a good amount of time, how long did I sleep? Like, at least like 8-9 hours. So I'm good.
This is awake. A first for you.
I'm fresh. Yeah. It's good. Yeah. I kind of killed my sleep pattern on a house party on the weekend. So yesterday I was just completely ruined, and so I fell asleep at like 10 or 11 in the evening. So that's the positive. Once you get that done, you're good again for the rest of the week. So
just the rest of the week, and then it gets fucked again on the weekend.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna be on another birthday next week. That's true, on a concert.
Why so popular, Tim?
I don't know. It's really weird. Like, I have really not had any parties in a long time, because like all my friends are all like having weird adult things like kids and stuff.
That is a weird adult thing, a kid, yeah.
So it's really been rare to like meet up with all of them. But like now in 2 weeks, 2 parties is pretty good. So that's cool. In 1 week actually, like in 7 days. It's not too
parties
bad.
are they're the best way to meet someone. Did you know that?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, probably,
luck.
maybe. Yeah.
You know, you must have some wrestling chat up lines.
No, not really. Why would that be a thing?
I don't know, just show them your Tam Nakano feature or something.
It's basically the last thing you ever want to tell someone, right?
Well, I mean, it kind of depends. Some people will find that cute because it's like, that's a lot of passion, and they want someone who's passionate. I know a lot of people that find passion attractive, actually. Actually, that's why my wife is still with me, you know? How many hours do I spend watching wrestling, writing about wrestling, talking about wrestling, and she hasn't divorced me yet?
That's very true. I wonder about that sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. I fucking wonder about it every day. So if you like dive deep into a hobby, some girls will dig it, and boys.
Yeah, no. The only reason, like it's not the thing in itself, like having a hobby. I think the reason why you don't ever want to like start with that is probably because everyone is associating. If you just tell them you're into pro wrestling, right? Everyone thinks of, what do they think of first? Of course.
Oh my! I had this happen. I had this happen
because they thought you were a big like WWE fan.
Yeah. So it was my 30th birthday recently, and that will come in handy in one of these matches. So we're celebrating it on Friday. Well, celebrating.
Wait, why didn't you tell me, bro?
Because it's a birthday. Who cares about birthdays, Tim? We're adults now. Birthdays are...
Oh my god, your 30th too?
Yeah, but...
It's like a big one.
Age is just a number. I'm actually 21. So on Friday, I was out with work because it was the same day my colleague was leaving. Remember, I got like 4 people in the company, so one of them was leaving. I've been working with her my whole career, so it was super sad. I had the saddest birthday fucking ever. And they were asking me, hey Eric, you don't play games anymore, so like, what are your new hobbies? And I told them, yeah, okay, I got a podcast and I watch wrestling. And then they're like, oh, wrestling, like, oh, like The Rock, the People's Elbow. And I was like, oh my god, I was fucking cringe. I was dying of cringe. And he was like trying to like do the moves. And it was like, yeah, Triple H, he's the guy. I was like,
oh, wow.
I was like, I don't watch WWE, and I was trying to explain it to them that I watch Japanese wrestling, and they're like, huh? And I was like, they're like, what's the difference? And I didn't know how to explain it to them. It's like, is it even a good analogy to say like WWE is like McDonald's? I don't even know if that's a good analogy.
I think it's fitting, yeah.
Yeah.
This is oddly fitting to my next segment.
Go for it.
Yeah, I have another like comparison planned, but yeah, you told me about it too. You told me that it was like one of the rare times you ever drank on Friday.
Yeah,
I should have like put one and one together that it might have been your birthday or something.
And then tell people, do you remember what I drank?
Yeah, like 2 ciders and two like
champagne glasses as a toast. Whatever. And then, spoiler, I fucking vomited during one of the STARDOM matches on Saturday morning. It was not even that much alcohol. It was like as soon as, I think it was the Raka match, as soon as Raka came out, I just went to the toilet and I just fucking heaved for a minute straight.
Oh my god, that's mean.
Yeah, no, I think it actually was that match, by the way. But yeah.
Maybe it's the champagne. Maybe that just...
I think it was.
Can upset stomachs, I think.
Well, because I downed them as well. Because I don't like champagne, so I tend to drink them as shots because I hate it. And my boss...
that doesn't make it better.
Listen, I asked my boss, can I have fucking water? Okay, I didn't say that, but I was like, can I have some water? And then he brings back a whole fucking bottle of fizz. And I was like, hello? And then he just pours it for me. I was like, okay, well, fuck me, I guess.
That's funny. But you know another thing I did on the weekend.
What did you do?
Other than watching STARDOM. I thought about something, right? I thought about like our last episodes, what we have been talking about. We had a lot we had a topic come up several times, like when we were talking about like award season, about the Hall of Fame, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what, maybe I was a little bit harsh on the WWE these past few episodes. Maybe I didn't give them a fair shake. And I said to myself, I'm gonna try something, okay? You with me?
Yeah? What are you gonna do?
I said to myself on Sunday, I'm gonna like wipe the slate clean, I'm gonna go in without any preconceived like negative emotions.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hold anything against them that I usually hold against them. And I'm gonna go to my trusted pirate site, and I'm gonna look for the latest WWE show.
There's no fucking way you watch Survivor Series.
And I'm gonna try it,
Oh my god.
Yeah, you already called it. I was lucky. There was actually a PLE on the weekend called Survivor Series. So that was a perfect opportunity, for me to just check it out, to like just go ahead, sit down, and I'm not gonna hold it against them that they are like active defendants in a rape and sex trafficking lawsuit, and that they brought Brock Lesnar back, who is also a person named in that lawsuit. I'm not gonna hold it against them that they have like obviously one of the most toxic workplaces on earth, that like and their workers are like so cult like indoctrinated into it that they don't even realize how toxic it is. Like the way Becky told that story, it's crazy.
Yeah, don't forget about the Ring Boys lawsuit as well.
Yeah, the Ring Boy scandal. I'm gonna forget all of that.
Okay.
I'm gonna forget that they are sports washing and
authoritarian
regime.
Yeah, Linda McMahon.
That has like
cabinet. Yeah.
many human rights violations and executes people for social media posts. Yeah, true. I'm also gonna forget that they are deeply in bed with the American fascist regime currently led by Donald Trump. I am not gonna hold anything like that against them. I'm not gonna hold it against them that they haven't booked a male black wrestler in a singles match on pay-per-view for like, I don't know, 36 months.
Wait, is that real?
4 years, 5 years. Yeah, something like that.
That's fucking insane.
Nothing like that, right? Could never hold this against them for this experiment. I'm just gonna go in with a blank mind. I'm just gonna watch the show for the product. I'm gonna watch out for how good the wrestling is, how well they tell these stories. That's what they're famous for, right? Telling these great stories on their wrestling shows. And so I sat down and I watched this Survivor Series. And I thought I'm gonna give a little review here for my completely like unbiased watch along of this show. So first off, I thought it started really well, actually. It started with a banger. A real like comedic gem, because they started this out by like showing San Diego as this great American military city. They showed all the military bases. They showed all the Navy SEALs standing in line. They showed they they named all the places in San Diego where like the army has their like forts and stuff. And during all that, what was playing in the background?
Was it like Pitbull or something?
No, it was
it?
Black Sabbath with the song War Pigs. Have you ever heard War Pigs by Black Sabbath?
What, you're asking a question you know the answer to. No, I have not.
Yeah. You just need to listen to it like once, and you immediately know that this is like one
Anti-war?
of the most anti-war songs.
Yeah.
It's not even like hidden, right? It's not even like a hidden message in War Pigs that it's anti-war. It's like the very first line, it's an anti-war song. And this was like their great like Survivor Series theme music, and they played this in the background while they were showing all these military bases. So I gave that a plus. WWE kind of shitting on the military there, doing a little comedy bit to start the show. I found that very fun and charming by them. yeah, so we had a good start for this one. And then the women's War Games match started, right? Have you watched it?
I did not watch the women's War Games. I watched the Cena match and a bit of the men's War Games. For comedic reasons only.
Yeah. So, have you seen Charlotte lately?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I thought I didn't either, but apparently she was in there. I didn't recognize her whatsoever. It's crazy.
Oh, does she look different?
Yeah, and I thought I saw her like when she had this Tiffany Stratton program, right? I watched that one promo, and she looked completely not like Charlotte in that promo, but she has another like version of herself now, where she looks completely different again. So
is it like the multiple personality disorder gimmick like Blake Monroe's doing?
I mean,
okay, that joke didn't land. Continue.
I saw that clip of Blake Monroe when she does like when she switches, right? From
when she like shivers. Yeah.
That's the great stories they tell, you know.
Yeah.
Now, but Charlotte like just changes her like exterior more than the demeanor,
right.
You know. Anyway, I don't want to shit on that. It's her thing. Have you seen Becky lately?
All I know is I've seen tweets, so she's doing a Trump gimmick or something.
She's just, I don't know what she's doing, honestly. She's acting like, and this was my big revelation. My big revelation was watching Becky, and I realized what WWE is and why it doesn't work for me too. She is wrestling, quote unquote, by like doing these like huge, over exaggerated like gestures, and like I don't even know, like everything she does is like this huge, like, you know, she is like either a pantomime or like a TV presenter for like a kids show on like Nickelodeon, you know, or like a kids theater person. Yeah. Or
she's
like
overacting.
a Teletubby or something. That's the level of overacting she does. So like kids understand what she's doing, you know. I think that's on purpose. I think I realized WWE is just a show for kids.
The PG era is back.
Yeah, I think it's like you have all these weapons. They look like fucking plastic out of like a gumball machine or something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they don't do anything that looks like it could ever be dangerous for anyone or like it could hurt. And I think it's just they're trying to tell their wrestling stories like it's like a crafts and arts show for kids on Nickelodeon or something like that. That's what I realized. So I think it also makes sense to have like these 12 to 25 minute pauses between each match that way. So the parents can like change their kids' diapers and stuff like that, feed them in between the matches. I think that makes a lot of sense. And I think I do have respect for that. I think WWE is doing a good job at being a show for like 6 years and under. That was my big conclusion watching this women's War Games match. Well, what do you think about that?
I think you're gonna run off on last WWE. Listen up.
Yeah, that's the problem with that, right? Like, so now having to listen to like Dave and Brian telling me this is actually good is like another thing, right?
Except Dave Portivo.
He calls shit out when it's shitty, right?
He does, yeah, he does. One of the good ones.
Yeah. I watched the Cena match too. That was crazy bad.
I was really surprised how well received it was.
That's what I mean.
I was laughing during it. I thought the leg cell spot was actually hilarious. And I couldn't believe people thought it was real in the moment.
Yes.
He landed perfectly on his back. Like, I don't know why. People in the chat that I was watching were like, oh, I think it's real. Oh my God, I think it's real. And then when he actually got up, people were like, this is fucking awesome. What a spot. I was actually cracking up.
I mean, even Dave called it brilliant, right? Meltzer did. And Brian did too.
Okay, for some real critique, the problem I have with it is just, it felt too... What's the word? It's like when they make you feel stupid for like not, you know, like they can trick you or they can fool you. It just it felt like it was insulting my intelligence. That's what I felt like when I was watching it.
Yeah, exactly. But like even beyond that, like that was also when like the two women interfered, right?
Oh, that was real good.
Like the referee wouldn't see that, or I don't know. And then the fucking, did you know Dominic Mysterio was second most improved wrestler in the world in 2023?
I've seen him.
Did you know that?
Well, people have been saying he should have Wrestler of the Year votes. So,
do you see these? I watched these like 619s he does, right?
I noticed that as well. Yeah.
It is like, it is insanely bad to me actually how bad he is in the ring. It's like not even, I don't know. I can't deal with that.
Well, with WWE, the in-ring product doesn't really matter, right?
Yeah, but they shouldn't get any votes for in-ring achievements then, I think.
Yeah. But like, have they ever had a match where people were like, you know, that wasn't a great match because of the wrestling? I don't know. I just feel like they don't critique it on that level. There are obviously some fans who maybe do, but they're far and few between. I feel like the majority of fans don't critique WWE on their in-ring product.
No. But why should I take them seriously?
Oh, yeah, no.
I don't know. I think like about half an hour ago, I watched a 15-year-old do 619s that are infinitely better than
Moran?
Mysterious. Yes.
Yeah, she's actually better than Dominic Mysterio. I'm not even joking.
I mean, she's miles better, but just like this one move, like in total, it's like it's not even a comparison. I think.
Yeah. But people might think that
anyway,
I had no idea this was happening. We actually don't share notes before podcast. Like we have like a quite like soft agenda, and the intro is basically fucking whatever you want to do. And I had no idea this was happening.
I thought I'd surprise you a bit with it. Now it's like Stephanie and Nikki, you know. Nikki is maybe the worst wrestler I've ever seen. Nikki
I saw people say she's no. What I saw people say was that she's better than AJ Lee, which might be possible.
Oh yeah, AJ Lee was also really, really bad in the cage match, you know. Did you see the Io spot in the cage match with?
I saw a picture of it. She had like a bin over her head.
Yeah, you know, one of the worst parts about this whole thing is the one announcer. I think it's Wade Barrett. I think he's the worst announcer I've ever heard in my entire life.
Is he better or worse than MVP?
Okay, he's better than MVP. He at least doesn't bury the talent. Yeah. He said when Io dived down, he said, "This is about to go viral," and I think I wanted to puke in that moment.
Yeah, it's trying to force moments, right?
Yeah, exactly. And there was like, I don't know, Io and Kairi were in there. Asuka, like even Kairi is just not. You can't take Kairi seriously anymore. I mean, she's doing it on purpose, obviously, but she also has this extreme exaggeration of everything she does. It's crazy. It's just like a kid's performer. It's like a kid's theater pantomime. That's what she's doing.
Let me guess.
Nia Jax was
Asuka was the best person in that match, surely.
Yeah. I did actually think Rhea looked good.
Rhea?
Like this.
Okay, Rhea
was like the one positive.
I kind of like Rhea. Okay, no, fuck that. Like is a very strong word. I think she's had some really good matches this year.
I can say Rhea was the only person in the entire match who actually laid her stuff a little bit in.
Yeah. She can work. Yeah.
So yeah, I think Asuka can too, obviously, and she also does lay her stuff in. Like that's okay. I haven't seen Asuka in like 5 years, so maybe that changed. But Asuka was kind of a victim with who she was in there most of the time. She had to fight with like Charlotte and Becky a lot, and Charlotte and Becky are just absolute dog shit in this match. And then she was kind of just sidelined, you know, when they just start to chill in a corner for the rest of the match. That's kind of what
I can't believe Mercedes Moné is the worst of the 4 horsewomen. That's kind of crazy.
In which way? I mean, like in accomplishments and like rankings.
Just mean everything.
Lists.
Just terrible all round compared to the fearsome Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and Bayley combo.
But like, I used to like Becky, like, right? Like when I still watched WWE, like 2016 to like 2018, I really liked Becky. I was a big Becky fan. I have no idea what happened to her. Like,
I was a Bayley
she was
fan.
shocking. She was shocking in this match.
Yeah.
She is a caricature of a comedy figure who tries to imitate someone who looks like Becky or
Yeah,
something.
but I just feel like that's her being smart. She knows that's what gets over, right? So she's doing that.
Maybe that's it. I don't know. It's really weird.
Because it does get over, right? You can't like deny they have success with those type of characters.
Yeah, it's fair. I mean,
it's just the environment they're in. I think
she
mostly.
just does it to entertain the kids that are watching her. You
Well,
know?
didn't you make that analogy that you don't blame the actors that are making a product for kids? You blame the people that are producing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I blame the people who compare it to actual like good. Like, let's say what's a great like TV series that like deserves The Wire. Yeah. Would you compare like the Teletubbies to honestly to The Wire and put it like on a similar level at all? Like, would you even have it in like the same conversation ever?
I don't think Popo was slinging meth, so I would say no.
Exactly. Like after watching this, I mean, my other thought was maybe they were like overacting like this and doing these like extreme gesticulations because they knew that they sold like $1,000 tickets to people who had like obstructed views and couldn't see anything. So they thought they had to make like these extra exaggerated like movements so people could like observe what was going on in the ring, you know.
Did you see that fucking moron who brought a why is Brock Lesnar here sign and then he's in like the 5th row?
No.
Oh,
What happened with
okay.
him?
Yeah, his sign was like
yeah.
Brock has a weird case. Why is he here? Or something like that is what the sign said.
You mean he paid probably like $5,000 or something?
I don't even care if like your sign is, you know, promoting world peace. Why are you paying £1,000 or $2,000 whatever to sit there and put your sign up? You probably enjoy it enough. It seems weird to virtue signal that basically when you've paid that amount of money to that company that you have an issue with. That's just fucking weird.
Absolutely.
If it was free tickets, then I take everything back.
Maybe you got comped or something, or like.
WWE comped him to put that sign there like like a false flag.
I have no idea. Anyway, like during the Nikki and Stephanie match, I got so bored that I ended the experiment. I chose to end it before I have to watch a Phil Brooks match. So that's basically all my observations from this one. I think I figured it out. I figured out that it's just not a program for adults, so I don't feel bad about not liking it anymore. I think it's respectable that they do like entertainment for kids. Kids probably like need better entertainment than like the shit they get on like their YouTube tablets or whatever. So, I mean, I don't think it's much better than that, but still, it's commendable to do something for the children, you know. What do you think?
You're gonna have so many AI photos created of you.
Oh god.
Sorry, that's an inside. Yeah. What I'm saying is Tim's gonna have a few haters after this segment, perhaps.
Nah, I don't think so. I think people will agree with this.
Yes.
Maybe. Maybe I cut it out. Who knows?
No, you can't cut it out.
Just kidding. Anyway, no, that's how I spent part of my weekend. The main part of the weekend, however, I spent watching the Goddesses of Stardom Tag League. Eric.
Hello.
We had 4 shows to talk about. How should we even like handle this? Should we go through?
I got a fucking idea.
Okay.
first, I think we talk about our overall feelings about the tag league.
That's
And then
would have been my suggestion, yeah.
Yeah, and then we can just talk through any interesting matches from for the 3 nights before the final. I don't think anyone listening actually wants us to do like a breakdown of scores and stuff like that. It kind of, yeah.
Yeah, it defeats the purpose when it's already over, right?
Yeah, and there's other people that do that, and you can look them up. We just want to talk about the matches, and yeah.
Yes.
So, overall, I think the tag league was exactly what a tag league in November should do, right? It's kind of a lull period in Japanese wrestling during this time. Like, All Japan has got their tag league going on, New Japan's got their tag league going on, Noah's barely got many shows. They got like 2 house shows or something. So this is a really good time to highlight wrestlers who aren't normally highlighted, and you don't have the space or time to highlight them. And you slowly build your angles heading towards Wrestle Kingdom week. Okay? So with that context, I feel like they did really well. So Reiwa Tokyo Towers, that's Amisori and Lady C, they managed to rack up. Do you know how many main events they had, Tim? Can you guess throughout the tour?
The Tokyo Towers, I don't know, my 3? I say 3.
They had 4. They had 4 main events. And they didn't even make the spoilers. They didn't even make the playoffs. So they were highlighted really early on with a bunch of main events because I guess, maybe Okada knew that they weren't going to make it all the way to the playoffs anyway. So that's pretty good booking. Sakurara, who, spoilers, won the tag league, they had 3 main events. And Natsupoi and Saori had 3 main events. The other thing to mention is Lady C was also heavily featured in those main events, right? It wasn't really Amisori doing much. It was more like Lady C.
Which is kind of weird, right?
Yeah. They deliberately wanted to elevate certain type of people. B. Priestley and Saida, Mega Skyscrapers, Hina and Rana, they all had 2 main events. So these are the type of wrestlers that they wanted to elevate, and I think they did that. And then the other thing is the character development, right? So you know what I'm going to say.
I was just saying because Ami is basically in the white belt spot. Maybe.
Yeah. She didn't really need it. Yeah.
Yes. You can see it like that. But you could also say like she should have been highlighted.
Well, she got a bit more. She got the pin on Konami.
Yeah.
That's probably
that's true.
Yeah, that happened during the tour. So they built to that white belt storyline for Amisori during the tour while highlighting Lady C. I think that's an example of how it was even better than... it was a pretty good booking. And then the character arcs, with Akira and Bazilla, starting out reluctant and then and aggressive perhaps, and then it was like accepting and protective. Akira herself picked up a massive win, which we'll talk about. So I think this tag league was a really successful tag league.
Absolutely, yeah. I think it worked extremely well. I think it worked extremely well at elevating talent left and right. I think the big breakout star, or like the person who actually got most of the out of the tag league, was to me Akira Kurogane. Her story with Bozilla throughout the tournament was excellently told, I thought. Even like you can even like just observe little things after the matches every time, like just how it progressed, how their relationship progressed, and how Bozilla progressed. Bozilla played it extremely well. I didn't think she was that good. Of like, I don't know, is it acting chops? You need to, maybe it's acting chops, but she played it so well. The way she like got more and more like convinced, I guess, by Akira's abilities, and got more and more like
persuaded or convinced by
persuaded. Yeah, started seeing her as like an equal, I guess, or like as her tag team partner. Because at first she completely, entirely refused to accept her as her tag team partner, and by the end she was like, I don't know, discussing tactics with her before the match and stuff like that, and sent her in first. And stuff like that, while she heavily protested at the start when Akira wanted to go first, stuff like that. It was just really well done, I thought.
And if you think about it, it is not easy to do that. Like, it's how many nights? They had 13 nights of the tour. So to tell that story progressively on each night and sort of like know exactly how to play it in every single night so that it looks progressive. Say if someone was binge watching this tour, they could see that clear progression of the storyline. It's not like Baszler suddenly snaps back one night. I feel like she played it perfectly throughout the tour, which is really difficult to do. It's not just a one night performance.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean too. Yeah. It was really good. Otherwise, of course, the winners have been heavily elevated too. Spoilers, it was Sakurara. And of course, that is like my prediction. I was saying they should run through this tournament. They didn't quite run through it, but they fought through it. And I think it was like a masterstroke of Taro Okada to book it that way. And I thought it was incredible. I loved seeing like their way through the tournament. And obviously, Sayaka Kurara is one of my favorites on the roster, so that's not too surprising for me, I guess. And yeah, just the booking was so well done to just elevate people and tell great stories throughout the tournament. So yeah, great success.
I mean, we'll talk about it probably on some of these shows, but some of these fucking attendance numbers. So mostly it was up and down.
That's another story, yeah.
Yeah, but some of these attendance numbers were fucking insane. Especially the last two nights in particular, I guess is the main thing. But I think they had a few shoddy nights maybe in Sapporo when the roster was super depleted. There was like no Saya, no Suzu, few others missing that I can't remember. Oh, no Suri and Saki Kashimura, I believe. No O2 line as well in Sapporo.
Oh man.
Yeah, that and they didn't do great numbers in Sapporo, but overall, yeah, just some record-breaking nights. Let's just say that.
I mean, just in general, this whole month, the November month of November, I should say, has been another like huge record month for them, right? With over 10K, I think that's like far above the previous record number for any November. So just a crazy month. It also got boosted by the Crimson Nightmare, of course, which was a big success. But yeah, just a great year they're having in general.
Crimson Nightmare is probably an underrated success. I was looking at Shupo rankings because they come out at the end of every month. They like sort of rank the results that each event gets, like the hits that the results page gets, right? So after an event, they post a results page, and then how many hits one had at the end of the month, they rank them there. So Crimson Nightmare was second for the month. So obviously it was at the start of the month, so it's going to rack up more hits for that month because it's doing like 1st to the 30th or whatever. But DDT had their biggest show of the year on the 3rd of November, just on the same day, actually.
Yes.
And they were third. So they beat out like DDT's biggest show of the year with a B-level pay-per-view, which people thought the build was super bad for. I mean, even I criticized the build. Not the success of it, but I did definitely criticized it creatively. And yeah, they beat out DDT's big show of the year. I mean, that's a success as well, that pay-per-view, which we don't really talk about. I think it's kind of interesting to think about where Stardom are as a company. So they're in the position where you might think that 2025 is like the super hot year, but I think it's like the first year of many before heading into like a Tokyo Dome show. And obviously they have the Bushi Road connection to help them with that. But I feel like before you run a huge show like that, you need like a couple years of hotness building into it, or some crazy retirement like the, Keiji Muto, whatever. I feel like 2024 was the setup with Taro Okada and all of the Saya heel turn, all that stuff. All of that was setting up the 2025 Yokohama Arena show. This is the first year of hotness, and I feel like they're going to continue that trend until they do a Tokyo Dome show. And I feel like there is like maybe one other promotion that's similar to them that I don't see really people connecting. That's DDT. I don't think they're like in a faraway position. They don't announce their attendance numbers, which is probably why they're off the radar. But I feel like their Stardom maybe 2 years ago, 1 year ago, they're like doing a lot of their setup in this year. Like Yuki Ueno was crowned the ace. He's like a triple champion now, and I feel like they want to start like a hot period because when they want to do the Tokyo Dome, Takeshita was saying it at the end of the show. He was like, I'm going to keep doing appearances for DDT until we hit the Tokyo Dome show. So they're starting to talk about it. when Stardom started speaking about it, like, what, 6 months ago, I think it was when Saya started speaking about it. So those two promotions, I think, are kind of in a strong position in Japan. And obviously, New Japan's got the Tanahashi retirement, but we'll see what they do after that with Tsuji. But I find that stuff interesting because I've been seeing a lot of people dooming about the business, and I feel like there are some promotions in a pretty good place. And I also love a lot of the products that they're putting on. So
I think people who are saying this are just like looking at the biggest promotion, right? But I think like it's boiling underneath while the top is like cooling down at the same time somehow. It's kind of like...
Wow, and that top's about to do almost a legit sellout
okay.
almost of Tokyo Dome for the first time in 20 years or something. Yeah,
that's of course true as well.
I know it's because of Tanahashi, but you have to think some of that might translate. I mean, we'll see, but I'd be surprised if none of it translates.
No, it's true. Also, like, obviously, when Aaron Wolf joins the House of Torture, he's going to carry the company on his back.
Yeah, top heel.
Absolutely. So, cool. Should we talk about some matches then from this?
Yeah. So, on
November weekend.
Yes, on November 26th, it was day 10. They were at Kandamijin Hall, which is... interestingly enough, or maybe not interestingly enough, maybe you don't give a fuck, our LPW X's monthly residence. They have a monthly residence there. So that's also why they had a New Blood show there as well recently. And I was expecting some LPW wrestlers on that show, but, maybe that's a bridge too far because they have been pairing up a lot with maybe... Well, Nori was in the Marigold Dreamstar, but I don't think that matters. But anyway, this was a huge card, actually. So I was expecting some very short matches or upsets. And I think there were a few, but not as many as I was expecting. I thought overall this show was really strong. I thought there were a lot of really good matches on this show. Do you want to talk about any in particular?
I mean, I have like 3 earmarked, I guess, maybe 4 that were particularly strong.
Go for it.
Obviously, I really liked Sakurara and God's Eye. Was just... I really liked it just for the one fact that, like, it was Aya desperately trying to fight Shuri, and it was Saki wanting to fight Kurara. So that's how they kind of played it out in a fun, like, comedy way, which was very funny. The match itself wasn't, like, that spectacular like the others, but just this little, like, dynamic they had between, like, because, like, Aya Sakura is, like she's the kick girl in the team, I guess. And obviously she wants to fight Shuri because that's like the big kick woman in the promotion. So
yeah, but they didn't just do... what I liked about that interaction was Aya's grappling. I kind of noticed her grappling for the first time ever. So maybe she's been doing this a lot and I just haven't watched properly. But her grappling with Shuri was fucking great. And I was like... I'm starting to fall in love with Aya Sakura. I think she's starting to become my wrestler. It was just really good wrestling. And the thing about the Saki Kashimura and Sayaka Kurara, don't know if you remember, but Sayaka Kurara was the reason why Saki had that match with Bazilla. Because Saki was protecting Sayaka. And then Sayaka sort of like convinced her to take the match on her behalf. So yeah, that was a funny dynamic as well. So.
Yeah, that's the reason why Saki wanted to fight Kurara now.
Yeah, exactly.
Saki is pissed at Kurara because of that. That's also like, spoiler alert, Saki got injured on the 3rd show we watched. Was it on the 2nd?
3rd. Yeah.
3rd. Because otherwise they would have met again in the quarterfinals. I think that would have been fun, probably, but didn't turn out to be that way. Unfortunately, Saki is all right. I think she's already back next week at the Kurikan show. So, yeah,
I don't even know if it's worked. I'll be honest. I have no idea.
From that match, that was that was a funny match too. All right, what match did you want to talk about next?
No, you should do this. You pick out because you had your 4 earmarked. I'm happy to go with that.
Oh, yeah. It was basically Miku and Sergi faced DLM.
Yep.
Osito and Teotleko, which was also, of course, a very fun match. this was kind of surprising. Like maybe overarching point for these 3 days was like I was really surprised by how the standings actually played out, because going into it, like TLM were like favorites to go through, and Cosmic Angels, like the Natsupoi and Sorry the Anu team, were favorites to go through from the standings. And like they somehow shifted the entire field of this block, of block B. This was throughout like these 3 days, which kind of surprised me. It was a bit hard to keep up, I thought, at some points.
Yeah.
Because like all of a sudden Miku and Sari made it into the finals, and DLM and Saori and Natsupoi were both out. That was really like kind of shocking to me. But I mean, I didn't mind it in the end, of course, because the right people won anyway. So, but anyway, this was of course I loved just like Sari fighting with Husky, of course.
That was the best part of this match by far.
Yeah, absolutely. And also the finish. I love the finish. Like, I've never really... Like, that's a rarity, right? Like, Sari winning with the octopus on the floor, kind of.
Yeah, if you remember, the octopus is the move that Hashimoto just threw Sari off.
Exactly.
It's like her geek move, in a way.
She mostly does it in, like, opening exchanges, right?
Yeah, it's
I don't know if I've ever seen her tap someone out with it in the end. Yeah. But it worked here. It didn't make Husky look like a geek or anything, but
it was
awesome. It was
a Osita, right? It was Koguma, yeah.
Damn, Sari taps Osita. Oh yeah, she tapped Osita out. I'm sorry. True.
Did you know it was Sari and Hazuki's first ever time in a ring?
I just noticed they kicked the shit out of each other at one point.
It's the first ever time they faced each other. And
oh, you mean it was the first ever time? Oh yeah, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that makes sense, kind of.
Yeah, and I just really wanted a Sari and Hazuki singles match after this. I thought, I still have in my head the moment where Sari was like booting Hazuki in the face. And you could sort of like see Hazuki's eyes just so fucking glaring at Sari. Like she fucking wanted to murder her. And she didn't. I don't know if they're like saving something, but I don't know. I really like that.
Mm-hmm.
And Hazuki was also really brutal with Miku, which I liked. This DLM only kind of really worked as heels, and especially Hazuki. I don't really... Asita's kind of whatever. Maybe she's fine as a babyface, luchador. I don't really care. But Hazuki was great as a heel. So
yes, and I do think that's one point I noted down specifically in this match. I don't think that the gimmick doesn't work. Honestly, I think they're playing it correctly. They're not getting quite the heat from the audience that they're supposed to. But that's like kind of not their fault. I think they're doing the right things, like especially Hazuki, to try and get that heat. But
it depends on the match.
I think the audience just kind of loves Osita. They even chant for her, like in her kayfabe name. They're not chanting Koguma or whatever. They chant for Osita all match. So it's hard to get through that and really be heels. But I think I have like completely come around on the gimmick. I think it's really fun and I enjoy it. I mean, I enjoy like masked wrestlers always. So I always kind of liked it. I never hated it, but yeah, that was cool. Cool match. We also had... Did you have anything more on that?
No, I do think the DLM, for me, the gimmick lives and dies by the dynamics on the match. So against BMI 2000, which was on a later show, I did not like that match. Because, I just didn't think they're good when they intentionally try to play baby faces. If they don't get the heat when they're trying to play heels, that's okay. But when they can't play the heels against like fucking Hate, I didn't think that was great. But we can talk about that match later.
All right.
Next one on the show.
But that's kind of what I mean, though, right? So because they didn't want a heel versus heel matchup, it didn't work as well. But I meant exactly. When they're doing heel. When they're playing like the heels, then I think the gimmick.
Oh yeah. Maybe
when
they're playing heels,
really
I like
come
it.
Through, but yeah. All right. The next match was also one I kind of earmarked. It was Rina Yamashita and Suzuki, who defeated Hanako and Megan Bain in a little bit of an upset. This was mainly like the highlight of this match was basically Rina Yamashita. Just like
That is correct.
she was wrestling Hanako, right?
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah,
And there was it looked scary at times because obviously Hanako is huge.
that is also correct.
Really
You're on a roll here.
that huge. And like the way she got Hanako up, she did a last right powerbomb for the finish, right?
It's a splash mountain.
Splash Mountain.
So what is it called? Like a fire thunder driver? So a crucifix position, and then it's like a powerbomb. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe just before that they were like having this lariat battle, you know, when two big wrestlers run into each other, and like when Rina won the lariat battle against Hanako, essentially, then that I popped big for that, and I kind of thought, okay, she's got to win now, and then she kind of won now. So that was excellently done, I thought. Yeah, just like the way she had to get Hanako up for the splash mountain was a bit scary for a second there, but she got her up and powerbombed her down.
Yeah, I thought she was going to drop her off or something.
Yeah.
Then the other move,
like
the B driver, was fucking insane. I thought Hanako was going to break her neck. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't have this written down, but I can remember it. Yeah.
I have Jesus fucking Christ in all caps, so that's what I got written down. Yeah. But
shit, maybe I missed that. Maybe
no, but yeah, it was like Hanako tucked her head in at like the last second.
Okay.
So no, Yamashita and Hanako.
B drivers always look the scary for some reason.
They do
often.
Takeshita's. Oh, I fucked this up before. I keep forgetting if it's the same one. But his always looks. Oh no, his is different.
I think Takeshita's is on the front instead of on the back.
Exactly. Yeah. I just remembered. Yeah. You're correct. This one is like a Momo's, right? Yeah,
right.
It is Momo's. Yeah. They do it. I guess always look dangerous, but especially when Hanako is like so fucking big. But
yeah,
Hanako has. I think she's been one of the best elevations this year.
Oh yeah, especially the last like 2 months, 3 months, something like that.
Well, that's what makes it so good. It happened it was kind of quick, and it was all with the future. It was with the fucking future belt, which I hated the title change. And look what they've done with Hanako.
I remember we shit on that. Yeah.
Well, definitely I did, because I was like, you're taking the fucking belt off of Hina, so you better be doing something with Hanako. And here you go. I think they've done really well with it. So just never question Okada, I guess, is the conclusion from that.
Absolutely, yeah. Anyway, so Hanako got pinned, upset, but I liked it a lot.
Agreed.
And I also liked the main event, which was Akira Kurogane and Bozilla defeating Natsuko and Saori. This is kind of like the overarching story that like one of the overarching stories of those last 3 days that kind of shocked me is that they kind of like fucking started pinning Saori Anu over and over, which I didn't expect for someone who has a red belt challenge in less than a month. Yeah, talking about the great booking of Taro Okada, I don't know if this... Maybe I shouldn't judge too early with him, if this is like a story they're telling with Saori. But it was kind of shocking to me how much she lost here on these past couple of days. Even on the show, in the final show itself, she took the pin, which was obviously to directly further the Saya storyline, so that makes more sense. She got basically cheated there. But her losing all these random tag league matches kind of surprised me a lot.
I don't know if I'm just numb to it. So I actually remember you saying last episode, because I was talking about Konami getting pinned, and you were saying like how it doesn't always translate into a title shot. But no, I do also think it applies to contenders, where contenders can get pinned a lot in the run-up to their title match, and it doesn't really matter. I mean, look at Tam Nakano, right? She in a 5-star run, and then she won the red belt from Natsuko. So,
Okay.
I think Taro Okada in particular, but I think for Japanese independent wrestling in general, it absolutely matters. Like, they protect people who are going for title shots. They give them wins. It's much more traditional on the independent scene. I just feel like Terracotta doesn't give a fuck. That's kind of what I kind of think.
I think like there's different cases, right? With the Tam Nakano story, it was like specifically the story they told.
It was,
like her knee is totally fucked. She can't really have any matches anymore. Everyone's going for a knee and she loses every match. That was the story to go into the red belt match to make this like ultimately dramatic, like the story of the red belt match itself. Then against Tora, where she like did a masterclass of selling her leg. That match won like match of the year in Japan. Did you know that? In like poll.
We didn't have a podcast back then, so I'm gonna say it now. That match is fucking underrated. I remember loving it at the time, and I remember other people hating it, and I was like, I really like that. I don't know why everyone hates it. And I feel like I was vindicated when I saw that the Japanese fans voted it like match of the year. It is very underrated, that match. I think people just didn't like they don't like hate. They don't like Natsuko. That is like the typical people just not liking heels. That is literally what that is.
Maybe. I mean, they generally just have no idea what good wrestling is, I think.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. They don't like Tam either, a lot of them, so that's not liking Tam, not liking Natsuko, they're never gonna like convince them of having a great match. Anyway. What did you think of this match?
So I thought there's a little cute bit that Poi and Sari are doing where they're like acting innocent, but they're doing like heel tactics behind the ref's back. I enjoy that. That is fun to watch. And there was a crazy spot where I think Akira was getting choked out or held in a rear naked choke of sorts, standing up, and Bazilla just lariated Akira just to get through to Saori.
Oh yeah, I remember that. It was so good.
Which I thought was hilarious. I think Bazilla and Saori Anno's chemistry from the 5-star came out to play. They have very good chemistry together, and they had some awesome near falls, like Bazilla giving Saori a German suplex, and then Bazilla just lariated the fuck out of Saori Anno and then power bombed her. Saori's bumping was bumping like hell for. I mean, she bumps like hell for everyone, but it was noticeable in this match as well. So, and yeah, the power bomb's what got the finish. And in the post match, I just love Akira's English. She's going like, "Mike, please, Mike, please. You are tag team. We tag team." It's so adorable.
So good. Yeah. That's where they had like the little dispute, right? Bazilla didn't wanted to accept that. Then
and then Suzu
and Rina came out.
And Rina came out arguing because they were arguing who should take the credit. Mavida Loco is my favorite unit in Stardom.
Yeah, they're awesome together. I aborted my point too quickly earlier. I was basically still in the no, it's myself. Yeah, I wanted to say like Tom's was a specific story with like Ami and Konami. I think it's weird. It's just whatever. But for Saori specifically, I feel like she might win the red belt. But if she does, I think she needs every help she can get to. Like, just to appear on a similar level as Saya. Because right now, I don't think she looks like she is. You know what I mean?
I honestly thought you were about to do a Tam Nakano bit, coming back to help her. That's where I thought this was going. But no, I understand what you're saying. I don't know.
That's why I didn't quite like her taking so many pins in these last few days. So
she is on that level, though. Is she? Like,
she's
literally one of the biggest stars in the company.
She is. I don't know if she's been presented that way in the past couple of
but everyone knows
weeks.
It. Like the Ota Award show, like I feel like she's one of the people. Her and Poi are the two people that can take pins because their stardom just isn't no pun intended, isn't going away. Like it's like they're like evergreen stars, right? Who are other examples you can point to? Like you can pin them and it doesn't matter. I don't know, like Bryan Danielson or someone like that back in the day, or Hangman, I guess, right? Like it doesn't really fucking matter. He's gonna come back and be over again. So yeah, that's kind of, maybe that's why I don't care as much as the pins. I understand what people are saying, but it didn't really like stick out to me as like, oh shit. I think she's gonna win, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
I think she's gonna win the red belt. I think Saya's gonna win the IWGP, and then Saya can just have her own freak division where she can just have all of the freak show matchups that she wants with Fuwa-chan or Mercedes Moné, whatever else she wants. And Sari can have the red belt, and she's got a lot of challengers. Like, she can challenge Poi, whoever the fuck she wants, to be honest. It's Sariana. She can defend against anyone. Maika can go against Sai Kamitani for the IWGP. I'm stealing that a bit from Omikaze, but that makes sense. Oh yeah, spoilers, Maika returns. But yeah, I feel like that direction makes sense. Like, even without the Maika thing that I saw from Omikaze, I've always thought that Sari is likely winning, because I just don't know what they do if Saya wins. It just seems like I don't know. It seems like an unfitting end to the Cosmic Angels storyline. And then what, she either loses to Syuri, and then it's like, oh, okay, everything's the same as it was before the Wrestle Kingdom weekend, or she beats Syuri and she's a triple champion, and there's nothing I want to see less than that.
Yeah, well, I was gonna like save my hot take for later on this issue.
Just fucking rip it.
Since you already brought it up that Maika is coming back, I thought Maika, the way she made her like comeback entrance, she had such a great energy that like in that moment I kind of decided for myself that I love Saori, I love the Cosmic Angels storyline and everything like that, but in that moment I kind of decided that Maika should beat Saya for the red belt, and that Saya should retain against Saori one more time, and then maybe on the big Osaka show Maika can beat Saya instead. I think Maika should do it, honestly. After seeing her on the final show, I don't know, that kind of like
I would be pretty sad.
I was so lit up after that.
I would be pretty sad.
Well, I mean, they can still like pray a lot, and maybe the big angel will come back to.
Yeah, I just feel like they did such a good job with the Tam Nakano retirement. It feels like it needs a fitting payoff. I wouldn't. What you said, by the way, I wouldn't mind. I think it's still good direction. It's not my preferred, but it's only second by a little bit, I guess. Like, Maika did look like a fucking stud. Like, you just know, yes. Maika's a womanizer. Okay, you just know she is slaying. She looked fucking incredible. She was super confident. I don't think I've ever seen her like that ever.
She was fired up. Yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen her do a promo like that, and. I don't know if you've seen her render on the STARDOM website. Like, her headshot, no. she looks
Does she have a new one or what?
Yeah, she looks fucking amazing. Like an actual ace. All right. is all of it. So,
yeah, that kind of convinced me. And I did read that other plan, right? I think Valkyrie brought it up some time ago. Maybe I'm stealing it from him. The point that maybe the Cosmic Angels storyline to have a deserving finish doesn't necessarily need the red belt involved. That maybe a big like Cosmic Angels vs. Hate group match would do the trick as well. Maybe some of those big like loser must leave the unit match or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the Cosmic Angels as one big unit can defeat the big bad Hate.
All right. You've convinced me. You heard it here live. I have changed my mind. I am now for Saya retaining just so Maika can take the red belt. As long as they pay off that Cosmic Angel storyline. I think that is the best of all worlds.
Yep. Credit to Valkyrie, I think. Or was that Kaze? Maybe it was Kaze.
It's not Kaze. He doesn't have good ideas.
True. Love you, Kaze. Anyway, one last point about this match that I wanted to bring up. Like Bozilla was throwing Poi, just throwing her through the ring, right? Throwing her around. That reminded me so much of this like Hashimoto Natsupoi match that you still have to watch that, right?
What, is it a singles or a tag?
It's a singles from like 2023, I think.
Oh, then I haven't seen it for singles. I've seen that tag match from like 2023 or something.
I think I brought it up once and you said you haven't seen it yet. But that's one you should really watch at some point. That's what Bozilla and Poi in this match here reminded me kind of of, and it was great. So loved it.
Cool. All right, let's do day 11. Maybe we should do some fewer matches. Maybe just like the standouts.
Yes. I mean, those were really the standouts.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. So
I mean, on the next one,
so it was November 28th. They were in KBS Hall in Kyoto, day 11, and the crowd was awesome. You know, we love our Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka crowds. They're always awesome. It's Hanako and Miyu's hometown, Miyu Amasaki. I feel like they've played down the homecoming of those two on this show. So, like, Hanako wasn't featured much in her match, and neither was Miyu, which I thought was kind of interesting. And, you know, both were neither were in the main event either. So
yeah,
they did a number of 518, which is the third best number out of 14 non-COVID shows, which is pretty good. It was still 250 less than their crazy number they set during the 5-star. So the 5-star Kyoto number was just kind of crazy. 768 or something like that.
Okay.
So did you have any standouts?
Well, obviously, I liked the last two matches a lot. I mean, the final match was basically my most anticipated match of the entire tournament.
Okay, I've got one more to talk about then. Okay, two more.
I did also, like, I thought Saki and Shuri vs. Megan and Hanako was just very funny for Saki's hijinks.
And then Konami and Rina Suzu, do you want to talk about that one or not?
Yes.
But the only reason I wanted to talk about that is because Movida Loca. That's all. Rina Yamashita. Yeah. Go on.
I just think they're really amusing with their pose and stuff.
Yes.
Fucking.
I got no idea what the fuck they're saying during their pose. But...
me neither. But you go.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to put over Rina Yamashita, I guess. I think she's been one of the standouts of the tournament, one of the MVPs. She was in Sapporo as well when everyone else was having a day off. she was the one having a lot of fun undercard matches. I think I remember she had an undercard match with all I remember was Barb was doing the pose on the Sapporo tour because Rina Yamashita had taught. Yeah. So Rina Yamashita
wasn't that a freeway match or something?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Anyway.
Yeah, she taught Bob Sasaki, the referee, the pose during Sapporo tour, and then he did the pose here on this show. So I thought that was kind of cool. I don't actually have much else to say. Suzu, they won again, so they went to 2-5, I guess, because they were 0-5 after Suzu's illness. So I thought this was a really good match. But do you have anything on that or?
No.
All right, let's talk Megan Bayne. I want to talk about Megan Bayne.
Let's do it.
Do you want to talk about Megan Bayne?
Sure.
I love Megan Bayne. Do you love Megan Bayne?
I think she's really like she's really surprised me this tournament. Like I said it before, I've never been like an anti Megan Bayne guy. I've always been a Megan Bayne enjoyer. But like especially like the performance she brought on this tour was really, really great, I thought. Yeah. So yes. I agree.
I think I was surprised because I haven't watched her Stardom run previously, and in AEW, while she's had some really good matches and she's really impressive, she also doesn't stand out as much, right? Because she's normally putting like 7-minute undercard matches, so it's kind of hard for her to stand out and shine. And I just think on this tour, I've just been completely converted. She is absolutely incredible. Like I do think people are a bit numb to how good she is, to be honest. I think she should be getting more praise. And part of it, I do think is because, you know, she's not a homegrown wrestler. So, like, when she goes over, like, they went 5-0, right, to start this tournament. I do think that can play a factor into how she's perceived. But I think her in-ring work, I mean, how is it not better than Bazilla's? Isn't she not?
I mean, obviously it is. Yeah,
she's better in the ring than Bazilla. I don't know how. Like, everything she does looks better, feels better, is, like, more smooth than what Bazilla does. Bazilla, I also think she's just as over as Bazilla, actually. If we talk about the Osaka show the day after, which we'll get to, she was fucking incredibly over. So, yeah. I think Bazilla will get there, by the way. I'm not trying to bring down Bazilla. I just wanted to use Bazilla as a comparison point. That if you think Bazilla's good, then I think Megan Bayne's even better than that. It was awesome when she was beating the fuck out of Saki Kashima. I loved that part because, you know, it was really easy to root for Saki Kashima because Megan Bayne is fucking jacked. You know, she is jacked to the gills. So even though she is over, she can also make sure that you get behind the babyface. And I think that's a really important role to fill as well. I get Basila can do that as well. So I'm just running through the comparisons in my head. So she definitely did that against Izumi, for example. That was like one of her best performances in doing that.
Oh,
but
no question for me.
Yeah, but sometimes I think she can get carried away with being over, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And she's not doing enough heel stuff in a match where she's supposed to be the heel. Am I being unfair?
I think that's stuff that she still has to learn.
She's figuring it out.
And I think that's
exactly.
gonna come.
Yeah.
Like, I remember like last year she had like her first 30 matches or something. She's like, she's still really
sure.
like a newborn baby compared to like.
No,
I mean, Megan hasn't been wrestling for that long either. I think I'm not quite sure
actually don't
how long
know.
she was on the indies, but yeah, I think like my big thing is if I had to decide. If I had to like open a wrestling company or something, and I had to decide for one of them, I may pick Basila just for like the potential to evolve.
Yeah. I can
rather than the
that,
ready-made product. But Megan Bain is basically the ready-made product that Basila has to grow into, I guess.
Yeah. So that is one of the things I really like about Megan. She knows how to like flip a switch and work like a dastardly heel and not like get herself over. So I really like what she did in this match with Saki Kashima. Saki Kashima just left the venue, and Hanako chased after her. Remember, this is Hanako's hometown, and then Syuri went to find them but couldn't, and then they teased the count out, and then Hanako just came out carrying Saki Kashima back to the ring, which was funny. And then the last 5 minutes with this were basically a Syuri Megan Bain singles match, and it was awesome. And I wanted an IWGP title match between them.
They should do that. They should do that in the US.
It would be an easy defense for Syuri, and it would be a sick match. I would book that if I was a Conor. I know it's not going to happen, but I thought the finishing stretch was really good. Megan Cell on the DDT was awesome when she's doing like a front flip.
That DDT thing was so sick.
She's too big to be bumping like that, and she fucking does it. She's an absolute maniac.
Yeah, that was the brain bump. I named it last week.
That's when she was getting brain. Yeah. And I feel like she was really willing to bump for Syuri, and that's what made this match so good. Syuri looked like a fucking beast, but so did Megan. And, you know, they finish off with the German suplex exchanges, which I loved. Yeah. Awesome.
Do you think it can't happen because Megan's not going to lose in Stardom? Or why did you say that?
Yeah, I don't think they would. So,
because now that I think about it, now that you mentioned it, this like Syuri Megan exchange that almost smelled like setting something up, right?
I feel like
and
Megan's
none of them
too
winning
protected.
either. Yeah, that's what I mean. Is that the reason why it can't happen?
Yeah, I think Tony protects Megan a bit too much. Like, if they do, what is it? 60-minute time? No, they're not fucking doing 60 minutes. So that's why I feel like they're just not going to do that match. I'd be pleasantly surprised if they did, but yeah, I think Tony is too protective of Megan.
Maybe once she's. Wait, is she still in the AEW tournament? I don't even know what's up. I don't watch the promotion.
Isn't it Babes of Wrath versus the other babyface team who I've forgotten? Tony and Mina. Yeah, it's Tony and Mina and Babes of Wrath in the final, isn't it? I just made that up?
I have no idea. I don't know if those matches have already happened, the semi-final matches, but maybe not.
I think that's yes. We don't have any fucking idea. All right. Anything more on that match? Well, Megan,
I have like one bit of a negative on that match. I have is that at a certain point, it was like very obvious to me that this was going to draw. I don't know if it was not urgent enough at some points. Like I thought they are not really going for the win. This is gonna go to draw, and it made sense because Megan really is protected, and like all in all, I just kind of expected the time limit draw like 2 or 3 minutes before it was actually over. So that was kind of a detriment for the match to me personally, but that's maybe just my brain working that way.
I only knew it was going to draw when it was Syuri and Megan, and I knew that they would be finishing the match because of how they were working. I was like, okay, there's no way Hanako and Saki are going to get back into this match, so they're going to go to the time limit. That's kind of what I thought.
Yeah, that's basically my thought process. process.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So I don't have anything on the match you want to talk about next, which is Sakura Ra versus O2 Line. So go for it.
I don't have much on that anyway.
Well, it's Miyu's hometown, so the only thing I've got is I'm fucking...
I wanted to say.
I'm surprised that they didn't get Miyu the pin, because she's been eating pins all fucking tournament, and then she doesn't get the win in her hometown, so that kind of
Sakurada had to win here, right?
They did.
For the overall booking.
Yeah.
Maybe they could have generally booked it differently.
Yeah, that's why, They weren't booking for the homecoming. Yeah.
No, not really. So...
And they did that for Emi, by the way. They did book for her homecoming. She was in the main event, and she got the win against Yuri and Lady C. I mean, maybe
they're just not high on Miyu Hamasaki. It doesn't seem like they are, honestly. Maybe Taro just puts her a bit to the back.
Yeah, maybe.
And on the back burner, I guess it's called, right?
Cool.
So there was... No, let's continue.
The main event? You take this one. Yeah.
Oh, this was Saori and Natsupoi was Sori and Miku.
Yeah.
This was obviously this is obviously playing on the Soriism show, where Natsupoi and Sori kind of started their feud, I guess, in a way. And Natsupoi kind of said she wants to surpass Sori, and they just want to beat the shit out of each other. So this was kind of huh?
So they did.
So they did, yeah. Yeah, I lived for just seeing Poi and Sori against each other is just always great. I live for this matchup, and they should hopefully have a big blow-off at some point soon. Maybe not so soon. I don't know when it's gonna happen. They went back and forth these last couple of days. So they at some point they just did mirror spots, or repeating the spots to each other. You know what I mean? They just Germaned each other, drop kicked each other, basement drop kicked each other, and just in alternating fashion, I guess.
Yeah, and they do have those moves.
First, I do it to you, and then you do it to me, I guess. Sorry?
That's part of their moves. Natsupoi does the basement dropkick, which
absolutely.
I wonder if they, I don't know what the story behind that is. I don't know when she started doing it, if she's done it her whole career, or in TJPW, or I haven't really been watching Natsupoi's whole career, but...
Not sure, but she's been doing it for a while, for sure.
Yeah, so I agree with you about tying into the Soriism storyline, that they are obviously building up something. I don't know if it's going to happen at Sumo Hall. So I think... So we'll talk about it on the finals, actually, but they build it up even more there, and they are facing each other again at Korakuen Hall, so there's a lot going into this Poi and Suri storyline. So, yep, they're obviously awesome together. I think Miku... So the surprise here was Miku got the pin on Sariano with the locomotion jackknife after Suri hit a Uranagi on Sari. I thought, I was just shocked that they gave Miku a win over Sari, to be honest. So I said earlier, I haven't really been bothered by the Sari pins. This is the one that actually shocked me. I was like, what is happening? But yeah, I got over it quickly, but this one was definitely a question mark for sure.
Absolutely. But also kind of rude.
Yeah, it popped me.
It popped me big, yeah. But would have never expected it.
Yeah, but this was a really good match. So, main event of Kyoto on the 28th of November. Excellent match between Miku Kanai and Suri versus Natsupoi and Sari Ano. You got anything more on that?
Yeah, this is maybe why I think they may be telling a story with this, because 2 days later, spoilers, Natsupoi gets her win back, but she gets the win on Miku. Obviously, she didn't pin Suri yet. But she had Yuna as a partner there. So it wasn't like Saori got her win back, but Saori just lost and lost and lost. And something that's like an angle alert to me, or like a storyline alert. Something's going on there. I don't know. It was really strange.
With Saori and Suri, or you mean with Saori in general?
Just Saori in general.
Yeah, okay.
Like something's probably gonna happen that Saori that someone's gonna beat Motivation into Saori or something like that. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe it's just nothing.
You mean Big T?
Big T?
Yeah, Big T in the sky.
Yeah. That would be obviously the...
They're kind of doing a similar storyline with Micah, though, right? Micah's coming back and she's like, hey, you EXV chumps, can you actually fucking win something? I mean, they could do it as well, but... The only thing I want to say is also just give props to Suri. Like, I feel like this is like the best Poi has looked all year. I don't know if that's... I don't know if that's overreacting. I feel like I've enjoyed Poi the most when she's been wrestling Suri this year.
It's true. If we take like calendar year, definitely.
Yeah, I'm talking calendar year. Yeah.
Like, obviously, like last year's Jim Queenum was maybe the best Natsu-Poi match I've ever seen.
Yeah. But so I think Suri's just getting the absolute best out of someone who was already fucking good. So I just feel like I see Suri as like the floor raiser. She gets the best out of every single wrestler she faces. Think about all the matches she's had. Like Rana Yagami's probably had her best match this year against Suri. Hina and 5-star. I don't know. Like there's Hashimoto, I guess, has had her best match this year against Suri is what I think. Sayuri has had the best. Like I just feel like she gets the best match out of everyone, and that's something to commend her for.
It's true.
Cool.
Anyway,
so yes, let's move on to Osaka. November 29th, they were at Edion Arena, Osaka number 2, day 12. It was the quarters, just the playoffs. And the first news coming out of this is they drew a monster house. It was insane. It was the best ever number Stardom have ever done at the arena. It was the best ever they've done out of 14 non-COVID events that they've held there. This isn't like a random building. This building, basically all the promotions run this building because it's especially with Osaka number 1 being in refurbishment. They all have like title, like Dragon Gate just ran 2 nights back to back in November here, and they had a fucking stacking the card with title matches. And I think they did like high 800s, low 900, and Stardom's number here was 959. 959 is basically a sellout. So it's a New Japan number. So New Japan this year have done 963, 967, 977. The only difference here is like standing room. So there were people standing in this show. I think what makes it most insane that they did this record number here is that what was on the card that drew this number? Like it's a tag league playoff, and they destroyed their 5-star number from earlier in the year. They destroyed the Osaka number. Sorry, the number from 23rd of September where they had the artist title match. Go on, Tom.
I can tell you what was on this card.
Yeah, tell me.
Sayaka Kurara, it's called.
Well, you win. Sayaka Kurara is a monster drawing a monster number in Osaka.
Yes. She was in the main event. It's undisputable, right?
It is. It's a direct correlation.
Absolutely.
Correlation equal causation. That's what we say on Joshi'ing Around Weekly. So yeah, just a crazy number. More people should talk about it. You don't do record numbers like that by accident. It doesn't happen.
Right.
Do you have any matches you want to talk about?
Well, to warn our listeners a bit here, this was the show I most struggled with, honestly.
This was the show I vomited during as well.
Yeah, basically the same. I was also hungover as fuck when I watched this one on Sunday. And I went like just in and out of sleep during it, and I was just, ugh. So my memories are a bit like scattered from this show. Yeah, if you want, yeah. You just go through matches you liked.
Cool.
And I see if I can remember shit.
So the opener was noteworthy because it was Konami and Sai Kamitani versus Saori Ano and Syuri. So this was like building preview tag for the red belt and the IWGP belt. And it was very short. One of the things I noted was, I don't know if you noticed this, Sayo's elbows still need to get better.
Didn't notice it specifically from this match, but yeah.
It's really starting to grate me a bit. But just because, she's like the top star. So come on, just clean it up a tiny bit. And So Saya low-blowed Daichi, the referee. I don't think I've ever seen Saya use the Konami spray paint can. That's normally like a Konami, Natsukatora, Rawaka sort of heel tactic. This was... Because she normally doesn't play that heelish. Like, she is a heel, but she normally doesn't do shit like this. So
yeah, she went super bad on this.
Yeah, which I was kind of intrigued by, because I think that increased the odds of Sari winning, to be honest. I was like, this is a bit over the top. Why would they do this? So... Yeah. I do think Sari has a chance, but we'll see. It was just a very short match just to build the red belts,
which was actually a bit disappointing, because when are you ever gonna get a team of Saori Anu and fucking Shiori, man?
Yeah,
that's an insane thing to book. They should have just done like a 20-minute match there, in my opinion. But
that would have banged for sure. And then we had a 3-way with Hina, Megan, Bane, and Rina. The only reason I mentioned this because I thought it was like the best undercard match. I thought it was.
I would have mentioned that as well.
I thought it was super fun. There was like murmuring and crowd chatter when Megan Bane was coming out. I don't know if you picked that up. People were like, "Oh shit, look at this big girl." They were like super into this match. This crowd felt like the hardcores, to be honest. They were quite smarky during the night. And Rina she had a comedy chops on, I guess. She was just she showed off that she can play a really fun character. She was like apologizing, like yelling apologies in the air while she's getting body slammed, like apologizing to Megan Bane for being a brat. I was like, Rina is it. Yeah, I saw a different side to her, which I liked.
She called Megan stupid right before that, right?
She did, yeah.
Right to her face.
Yeah.
Like, not even Baka, she learned stupid. You stupid. And then Megan just grabbed her and slammed her over and over, and she was like, sorry.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then Hina and Rina sort of like teamed up. You know, obviously they're twin sisters, so that was cool. And I heard the crowd laugh when Hina tried her judo takedown on Megan Bane.
Yeah, that was also really good.
Yeah, so just a really fun undercard match. Just... You know, if you got some time when you're watching the show, don't skip this one. It was very fun.
Oh yeah.
And then Megan
also
won with the running powerbomb. Yeah.
I was just gonna say that the fucking running powerbomb
was insane. Yeah.
Insane.
The crowd loved it.
That looked like it sucked for Hina, but
yeah, the crowd popped big for it.
Oh yeah. No, I thought I just thought Taro Okada had like his had a little bit of fun booking this undercard. Sure. First doing this sick-ass Saudi and Shuri tag team out of nowhere. Then booking the two sisters against Megan was also fun. I thought he had like Hanan was injured, so who is the next best replacement for a Hina, Rina, Hanan match? Obviously, that's Megan, right? So
obviously.
He booked that one. Understandably. That was awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to skip a few matches because I don't really think much happened. But I guess it's noteworthy that in God's Eye versus EXV, so Amisori, Lady C, and Rana Yagami against Hanako, Rian, and Waka Tsukiyama, Rian picked up a win with her Hanaguruma pin, which is like a sideways code red cradle thing. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but yeah, she normally wins if she hits that. So she debuted it against Akira in June at Korakuen. So that was
Rana couldn't believe it afterwards.
She could not.
Rana was in disbelief over having lost to the little fucking reckless twerp.
Yep, there was I thought it was a pretty good count out draw. I think it was count out draw between Natsukatora and Waka, the champions, against Rini Yamashita and Suzuki. There you go again. Mavida Loka are popping up. I don't know. They have a high hit rate. I thought this was a well done count out. This was the match I threw up during. It was because I got a note here. So it was for Waka. I wasn't just being mean. It was genuinely Waka's match. Maybe it was like a signal to my nervous system. And I thought Tora, this was like the first match this weekend because obviously the show after. I thought Tora was just fucking bringing it like all weekend. I thought her and Suzu were amazing together in this match. So then we had
I was just noting during this match that the crowd was fucking hot. Like,
oh yeah, that's
especially for this match. But like I think all day they were really good
Natsuko was
Osaka.
like corpsing while she was doing the MVL taunt, the cross-armed taunt. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in that match. The block playoffs. So the first one was Akira Kurogane and Bazilla versus Miku Kanai and Suri. This is the second time Bazilla and Suri went up against each other since Marigold, and because they were in the same block together, so this was kind of a repeat match from earlier in the league. The other interesting tidbit is this was the third time Miku and Akira were going at it since Suriism Chapter 9. They're like building a little new rivalry. So at Chapter 9, if you guys remember a few episodes ago, Miku pinned Akira with a sick German suplex that made me and Tim pop hard. Because Miku's done like 3, 4, maybe 4 German suplexes this year or something like that. And yeah, I think that was the second actually. That was the second. Then she did a third one during the tour onto Rianne on one of the nights. And then Miku pinned Akira with the signature jackknife in the league match on the 13th of November. So Miku was 2-0 against Akira coming into this match. And I thought Akira and Miku were super fun together, but Suri and Bazilla, I thought, kind of stole this match. They had some great interactions. Suri was forearming Bazilla, and it was disgustingly loud. Yeah, those forearms where you can hear the chest reverberate. And I thought Suri was really good, like struggling to put the armbar onto Bazilla. It was super cool watching her work. She does like so many little like details and movements that allow yourself to get immersed in the match, and I think she does that better than pretty much anyone else. And that's one of the reasons why I like her.
It's true, but once she got it on her, it looked fucking sick too. It looked super painful for Bazilla. Like, that was a sick ass armbar, I thought.
I think people think, maybe some people think this. I'm sure it's not majority opinion, but I think some people think that Suri only gets like votes from Joshi fans because she like headbutts and hits really hard. That is one reason for sure. But she also is just a really fucking good pro wrestler. Like, sure. You can believe every single thing she is doing as soon as the bell rings. Like, it makes complete sense in character. I'm never once like, oh, wait, that didn't look good, or that was a bit strange. I never lose my immersion watching her. Those are my absolute favorite wrestlers. So it's the same with Miyu Watanabe as well. So I'd say like that's why they're both in my top 3.
And it was also the same at the start of the match, right? She was in there with Akira first.
She was, yeah.
And when she did her, like, I never know what it's called. Her, like, is it like an Indian deathlock bridge?
The Mutalok?
Chin
I think it's called Mutalok, right?
Oh shit, Muta did that, right? Yeah, when she did the Mutalok, like, the way she just fucking mercilessly stretched Akira, like, I don't know if I've seen one quite this brutal before.
Yeah.
A Mutalok from Suri. That looked insane. And then later on, she put this insane armbar on Bazilla. Yeah. She was not fucking around in this match. She was sick.
Yeah, and then the finish was awesome. So there was a really smart spot in this match where Bazilla deadlifted Miku. So Miku was pinning Akira, and then Bazilla deadlifted Miku off of her. This was the exact same spot they did on the 13th of November show. I think when they do that, they sort of like know what they're doing, right? You're repeating a spot for a reason. Like, they knew it was going to pop the crowd, and it did pop the crowd. So they're understanding what's getting the crowd reactions, and they're doing it again. And there was a beautiful bridging half-hatch suplex from Akira to Miku to win the match. And there were literally shocked faces in the crowd for Akira's big win to finish off her ascension during this tournament, where she feels like she doesn't feel like a rookie anymore, at least to me. She's like,
no,
part of the team, part of the gang.
Yeah, this was like her coming out party, I guess. She was so fired up in this match by the end. She showed so much, like, I don't know, like just character and then charisma, and had a really nice, beautiful bridge suplex to finish it off, and it just worked perfectly. This whole thing that was built around her. And she played the part in it. Like, it wasn't just like her being elevated. She elevated herself, I think, in this tournament. She showed tremendous, like, just ability to, like, be an entertaining, just great pro wrestling character. And I think she's awesome. And I'm excited for what's to come for Akira after this. So, yeah. Hell yeah.
And then in the main event, do you want to take this one? Because I kind of lukewarm on this match.
I thought you also didn't like the first one, right?
Exactly. I thought this was very similar.
I do think I liked the first one better too.
So it was Isakura and Sakurara versus B Priestley and Saida for the winner would go through to the semifinals.
Yeah. Did you hear the introductions for the match?
No, I didn't. Or I
Was
wasn't
this
paying
the show
attention.
where they switched out the announcers? I'm not sure. At one point, like, we didn't mention it earlier, but I mentioned it last week how the announcer was suffering. And he was even worse on some of the previous shows. Like, his voice was just gone. I think he had like a cold. Did you notice it at all this week?
I noticed that. Ando, the main announcer, he was
Ando,
he was fucked on some shows. They definitely swapped him for one of these shows, and I don't remember. It was this show. It must have been the show because he was back for the finals. So.
Yeah, I just found it funny. The announcer, this one was, I think, the other one. He announced B. Presley.
I thought you were about to say he announced P. Priestley. That would have been funnier.
He kind of did that. He called her Presley. Kind of similar to... Never mind. Anyway. I did like very much... what's it called?
Sayaka Kurara.
I did very much get into this. Like, I was really like not in the mood for Sakurara to lose here. So I was just like I gotta look up a word, man.
House of Carbon.
Oh, that's no direct translation. I think. Okay, that makes sense.
Feulich.
No. Anyway, I was just like really, really getting into it, and I was just really anxious. Anxious is maybe a good translation for the outcome of this match. I didn't think the action was that like notable. I do think I would have preferred it if it was Shuri and Saki in the spot. There were some cool exchanges with Aya Sakura and Sayaida, I guess. And then they did like their Tokimeki spear into a roll-up from Aya Sakura, and she wins. And
the spear is sick, by the way. Sakakura's spear is very good.
Yes, it is. I think she also has like perfect like timing with it, I guess. So sometimes it just happens out of nowhere and it just looks so good. And it pops me every time. So yeah.
So
obviously great finish, but other than that, whatever.
Yeah, I did not feel the same. Well, I felt the same about this match as I did about the Day 9 main event. It just didn't do much for me. I just felt... I've said it a few times, but I'm a crowd guy. If I feel like a crowd isn't getting into a match, it does affect my enjoyment of it. And like the Day 9, I felt like they got tired out by a previous match, and they were a bit quieter for this main event. And I don't know if it's like a B. Priestley thing or like what's going on, but it did seem to me like they weren't as into this match, for example, as the Akira, Bazilla, Miku Kanai, and Suri match where they were going nuts. So I think
this was...
yeah.
Sorry?
No, I'm done. Go on.
This was the weird thing. I actually noticed this after the match. Like Sakurara have this like spiel with the crowd when they have like the go home thing, right? I don't know what exactly they say. I should have looked that up. But they have something that the crowd then shouts after them, right?
Yep.
And you could like literally hear how they turned up the crowd mics for the post-match thing that Sakurara
I didn't
did.
notice that.
So it seemed to me like, because they were super loud then all of a sudden, it almost felt like they accidentally, or maybe, I don't know why it should be on purpose, but like the crowd mics were just super low during the match, and then after the match when they did their like little call and response thing, they turned them up, and I don't know why they aren't turned up the entire time, because they were a lot louder all of a sudden. You can literally tell it was like from one moment to another that someone like just plugged the crowd mic in or something. It was really
It's
weird.
fucking conspiracy.
Yeah.
Maybe Taro Kada's trying to get the crowds behind Sayaka. Like, oh, they're sweetening the noise. Manufactured support.
I don't think so.
Anything else on this match?
No, let's continue.
Then we have the... Oh, yeah. So I guess just to wrap that up then. So that was the block finals. So it would lead into Sakura versus Mega Skyscrapers. That's Hanako and Megan Bain. And then the other match would be Akira and Bazilla versus Natsuko Tori and Ruaka. So we're at finals night, November the 30th. It was in Hamamatsu City. It was pretty much the same number as they did on 5-star. These 5-star... I don't know if it was the semi-final, the day before the finals in Ota Ward, something like that. But they did 1,045 for that show, and then here they did 1,026. So pretty much the same. I think the 5-star was the first time they ran that room in that building. I think it's like it's like a bigger room in the same building they've been running in for years. So the undercard on this match flew by. They were not giving any time to literally any match outside the tag league matches. It was like 2.5 hours through the pay-per-view, and we were at the last match, which is also including an intermission, which was fucking crazy. They could have gone another hour, I guess, if they wanted to have longer matches, but they just didn't. I think it's possibly because they've had a bit of a grueling schedule. I mean, they've done 13 dates across 23 days, which is like a match every other day, like on average, which is fucking crazy. They also just had 4 shows in 5 days. As you can see from this fucking recap, you probably don't want people killing themselves. So, but yeah. I didn't think this should have been a PvP, a pay-per-view, a PPV, pay-per-view.
No, I agree. Shouldn't have. I don't know why when they're deciding to do these weird little. I mean, it was a tournament final.
It's a tournament
final,
but they just. I mean, they do it for Cinderella as well, like the starting night, and it's like, should this really be a pay per view? Yeah.
But like, if you didn't have like the Micah comeback here, there was literally nothing going on. I think on this show.
So we are going to go a bit quicker for it and just talk about the tag league ones. Even the tag league matches, actually, I didn't have much notes on, to be honest. So the first one was Sakura versus Mega Skyscrapers, as I mentioned. So there were big cheers for Megan's power spots. She was super over, as we've been talking about. There were some really cool armbar transitions from Aya Sakura, because she is just a great wrestler. I think there was like it was like a armbar transition, and then Hanako turned it into a powerbomb break. So she Sakura was holding onto the arm, and Hanako turned it into powerbomb, which is cool. That was like, fuck you, Sakura, get off my arm. So I love that. Megan Bain's suicide dive was crazy. Absolutely insane suicide dive, to be honest. I thought she was gonna end up injured. Hanako had some super great lariats in this match. She did a fighting spirit. Oh yeah, so Aya Sakura did a fighting spirit from the Hanako lariat, which looks sick, and then Aya Sakura just head kicks Hanako, and it's a really sick head kick. Like, Aya Sakura is like nailing those head kicks nowadays, and Hanako no-sells it herself, and then Sayaka comes out of nowhere and drop kicks Hanako, and then Sakura goes for the leg trap cradle for the win. So that finish was very good.
Yes. Yeah, this was like they did like the fuck. I can't talk today. Something's wrong today. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
They did kind of the reverse thing for this match and the finals, right?
Yeah.
In this match, it was like Aya Sakura's time to shine. She was fucking killing it here. She was so good in this match. And then in the finals was like more Sayaka Kurara's time to do her thing for most of the match. So that's kind of how they structured these 2 matches. Also probably to like, because they obviously have to do like double duty. So to like save some of their stamina, I guess. They kind of did like this role reversal, which made a lot of sense and was awesome. And it also makes a lot of sense, obviously, because Aya Sakura has this big feud with Hanako going, and they just have tremendous chemistry, and it was awesome to see once more. Hanako beat Aya up after the match. They just can't like leave each other alone, I guess. It's good.
Absolutely. And then in the other semi-final, we had Akira and Bazilla versus Natsuko and Ruaka. I this was all about, I think, Bazilla sort of like having a showcase, to be honest, because Akira got hers the night before. I thought it was kind of funny to see Ruaka's shitty corner splash be totally one-upped by Natsuko's awesome cannibal. It's just very funny to see side by side how much better Natsuko Tora is at being the type of wrestler that Ruaka's trying to be. Bazilla had some really good striking, and so she hit a Ganzo bomb, which is what finished the previous match, because we spoke about this on the last episode about the Ganzo bomb.
Yeah.
And that's what pinned Natsuko. But here, I think it was...
pulled out the ref
the
last
ref,
second, right?
Yes, the ref got pulled out at the last second. And at the same split second, Natsuko Tora misted Bazilla in the face and then rolled her up.
Oh, yeah.
So, yep, that made sense. And I kind of liked the finish. I thought it was a good finish.
Well, yeah, I like the finish, like the execution and the idea of the finish. I didn't super like Tora and Ruaka going through. I think it's great, a great matchup for Sakurara too, so that also makes sense. But I kind of just like, I kind of knew at that point that Sakurara was probably winning, right? I didn't think they would ever have like Tora and Ruaka just walk through the entire tournament as the tag team champions and then also win the tag team tournament. I don't know if that would make too much sense, and I don't think that's the way they would ever book it. And their tag team title run is already kind of past due time, I guess, past its due date, and them also then just winning the entire tag league wouldn't sit right with probably anyone. So I maybe would have preferred to see Akira and Bozilla in the finals just so it wouldn't be as obvious who wins, because both of them, Kurara and especially Akira, would have like infinite reason to win this whole tournament after how their showings were throughout the tournament. So maybe I would have preferred a different result, but I did like the finish. Let's say it like that.
That makes perfect sense. Yeah, I mean, as soon as Natsuko Tora went, as soon as I saw the bracket, I knew what the final was going to be, and I knew I was winning. Literally before this pay-per-view started, I was like, okay, Sakura are going to win. I don't think Bazilla...
Oh, really? You did?
Yeah, I don't think Bazilla and Akira like need the win. They kind of had their character arc, right? They had the storyline, and they were like a lot the focus. Like Bazilla looked crazy during the tournament, so she was kept strong. Megan Bain isn't going to be given the win. I mean, I just think she's shooting back off to AEW. I don't think she's having a much like extended run, so I knew they weren't winning. So yeah, I just kind of knew it was Sakura's.
So you thought after the playoff round?
After the playoff, yeah.
Then you thought Kurara. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I thought from the beginning of the tournament you thought that would have surprised me. But
oh no, not from the beginning of the tournament. No.
Yeah. And it also made sense. Like it was kind of like a good close to the story, right? That Bozilla lost in the end. Why she was like always angry at Akira for losing, and the tragic end to their tournament run was Bozilla then taking the final pin, which makes a lot of sense for the story. This was also the first time where like Akira, like she basically said she wanted to go first every match, but in this one, instead of like being angry at her for it, Bozilla actually just like looked at her and like looked at the enemies and started to like talk tactics with her and then sent her into the ring instead of like holding her back or whatever. It's like it was a beautifully told story with these little details. It was very well done.
And then after the match, Brazilla was basically saying she was going to fuck up Hate rather than get mad at Akira. so she's fully accepted Akira as her partner, and she's got new enemies in sight. So we'll see what that does. Then
awesome.
We have, so now just literally going to fly through the undercard, but some noteworthy things. So Konami and Rina were against Rian and Waka Tsukiyama. Rian, this is not a, I'm not misspeaking here. Rian, not Rina. Rian pinned Konami in under a minute. No, Waka.
No,
Waka.
Waka
pinned Rina. I fucked up. I picked the two completely different people.
Yes. I was really confused for a second.
How did I pick the opposite of the two people that actually haven't? No. So it was a misspeak. That I was totally just cut this whole fucking thing.
You
out.
made so sure.
Tim, how is it we've hit the fucking 2 hour mark, just dead on 2 hours on my recording, and now it just all goes to fucking shit. Yeah. Okay.
I gotta leave this in.
Yeah. No, you're not. You're cutting this. So what? Okay, wait. Blah 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 blah. Da 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 da. So Waka pinned Rena in under a minute, and I was super surprised by that. And then Micah, which we spoke about earlier, made her return. There were huge fucking Micah chants. She balled up to the ring like a fucking queen. She called out Saya and Hate out. She just looked like the fucking... Honestly, she just did. If you don't agree she looked like an ace, I think you might be a bit biased. She had fucking... She was aura farming, okay, as the kids say. It was like her ring. All eyes were on her as she was talking. Everyone was quiet when she started talking. It was fucking awesome. I loved this return for Micah.
And it wasn't even like she had this grand entrance. She jumped to the ring in like black baggy pants and like kind of a baggy top. It was just literally her like aura, her like face, her just like her
confidence,
her charisma. It was just so fucking out of this world in this minute.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was absolutely crazy. She was totally convincing here. She basically told Tora she was coming for her, and then told Saya she was coming for her as well, because obviously, for those who haven't been watching Stardom for long, she basically lost the red belt to Tora when Saya Kamitani cost her the match. So these are the two people she has obviously the most grievances with, and it's gonna fucking rule when she destroys both of them. So, yeah.
So not just costing Micah the match, but this was the Saya heel turn. So this was the current Saya character started with Micah losing the title, and Micah never got her revenge. Basically, she won the 5-star, right? I'm not going crazy.
Micah won the 5-star.
Yeah, she won the 5-star. But then her red belt match was against Tam Nakano, who had beat Natsukatora. So Micah really never got her comeback. So that's why it was like a perfect return, and she can be easily slotted back into this Saya Kamitani feud, and she could win the red belt easily. So, as you heard earlier, I'm now convinced that maybe that's the best option for Saya to retain and then lose to Micah in Osaka or something like that. And as long as they have that juicy either cage match or loser leaves elimination match with Hate and Cosmic Angels, that sounds kind of awesome. Cool.
She did beat Saya in the 5-star finals.
Oh yeah, she did. It was,
but it never felt like that was the big blow off to their little, to like Kamitani costing her the title. That was never really like
I don't even remember
objective here. Nah, it didn't feel like this was where Micah got her revenge, her big revenge.
No, but good
it
point.
Always felt like that's gonna play out in like a bigger type feud, and I hope it's gonna.
She also like basically told EXP to fucking smarten up and take the artist titles. So that is kind of what set up the artist title match, which is going to happen at Sumo Hall. Nope, it's going to happen on the 8th of December at Corrigan Hall, which we'll do a preview of after this. Then other undercard matches. Okay. Not much happened, to be honest. I'm just going to skip those.
Yes.
Yuri Hime is back, is some news. So the Glutinator is back. There was an angle after this match. So basically, Konami and Rina attacked Ami Suri and Saya Aida, who were on opposite teams in this match. So both had pins over Konami on the tour, and I was kind of wondering what they'd do. And Konami was basically like, why don't you two just face off against each other for the chance to face me? So that sets up a number 1 contendership match between Ami Suri and Saida for the Corcoran Hall on the 8th of December. So no Hanan.
Yes. Should we maybe talk about this real quick? So I did like that they got back to Ami and Ida both pinning her, so it wasn't just like an accident or anything. It was the long-term plan. I'm kinda disappointed, honestly. I don't think either Ida or Sorey versus Konami is the big white belt match for the biggest or second biggest show of the year. I would have maybe wished for something bigger, honestly.
Like what?
I'm fine with Konami. I mean, Konami Hanan would have been bigger to me, honestly, for one. I know people don't like Hanan, but...
Oh, no, but I'm assuming she's injured. Otherwise, you would just pull the trigger.
Yeah, sure, but... I don't know, I just think Ida and Saray haven't been elevated to the point where it makes sense for the biggest show of the year, you know what I mean?
So, Saya Ida definitely wasn't. She was taking a lot of pins in the 5-star, because I remember us talking about it, right? But I think in the tag league, she has been elevated a bit. Like, she picked up a few big wins. But I agree with you completely. It doesn't feel like a white belt match at Sumo Hall. But I guess who does without Hanan?
I mean, obviously...
no Hanan, no Starlight.
Why do I say obviously? I mean, Rina would be hate versus hate. They probably don't want that.
Yeah.
Rina was always obviously for me the next candidate.
Yeah, they're not doing that.
Micah. I don't know what Micah's doing on this show, but obviously she should go for the red in my opinion, so that doesn't make sense. Natsupoi, you think she's going for like
Natsupoi
Sari singers match or something?
I would imagine it's Suri related. They're working far too many times for it to not happen.
Yeah.
But maybe that's
I think there's some choice.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know, I agree. I don't know why I'm trying to argue with you. I agree. It's Ami Suri
You know what?
and Saida.
You know what my other hot take is about that?
Yeah.
I'm smelling maybe a time limit draw on December 8th and a freeway for the Sumo Hall show.
Do you know what's... I think... So Shupro, I don't know if this was an accident. They listed it as a 3-way for Sumo Hall. And I think it was just a type. I think it was a typo. I think they were meant to type in Aida or Amisure. And I was like, wait, why have they typed in a 3-way? But obviously they wouldn't know the actual plan. But I did think... I just thought it was funny coincidence from what you said.
Yeah, but I could imagine that, because what does the other person do? I mean, they can always...
They never fucking do that, right, though?
They rarely do freeways for a title or something like that, that's true. And I wouldn't like that either. I think Stardom freeways aren't very great usually. But I kind of see that being the plan, because like maybe they thought neither one is really ready to be the single challenger, but maybe both of them together get there.
Yeah, maybe
prestige or whatever. That's kind of my thought behind it. Maybe they just put both of them in there and think that's gonna be good enough. I don't know, but I'm not the greatest fan of these white belt plans in general. I'm sorry to the Soray fans out there and to the Ida fan. I'm an Ida fan myself, so
yeah, I think Ami
I've
Suri
never really been into Ami Sore, but yeah.
No, I'm completely with you on that. So Ami Suri is definitely not one of mine. Not one of my favorites. So then we had Natsupoi and Yuna Mizumori versus Miku Kanai and Suri. This was a sick match on paper, and it fucked in reality. So it delivered for sure. Yuna hates Suri with all of her pineapple-y guts. There were some actual illegal forearms that should be outlawed.
Oh, the forearms were sick
in the country of Japan. They were absolutely lethal. Get Yuna on a Suriism show immediately. I want to see them have a singles match. I know I'm never going to get that, but they are perfect with each other. Again, Suri is a fucking floor. Like, who doesn't have their best matches with Suri? Like, that, it's not coincidence. You have to think there's like a common denominator in there, and it's Suri. So I thought it was the best Suri. I mean, Yuna has looked all year, including her matches with Mei Sarah. Like, I prefer her interactions with Suri for sure. Yeah, Yuna was just trying to take Suri's head off. This goes back to something where Yuna's mad about something that Suri did in 2019 in a match. They said it backstage. I don't really know. I think they just introduced this subplot for the Poi storyline, to be honest. I have no idea where that's going, but who gives a fuck? I love it. And Poi did a German suplex on Miku Kanai, who landed on her head. And then Yuna hit the sliding lariat, so Miku got fucking destroyed.
And she kicked out after that. I really did not expect her to kick out of that.
She did.
That was so sick.
And then I've just got Lamau with like 20 O's, where because Yuna did an insane lariat, where it was so loud God. I could only think like this is like some Stan Hansen shit. Like it was insane.
I don't even understand how you get that sound with the lariat, bro.
How do it's a shoe, right? How the fuck do you generate that sound on the lariat? It was like such a thunderous smack. I was like, yeah. Anyway, Poi won with the ferrying ring, and in the post-match, Poi is like, "Hey, can I have a singles match at Sumo Hall?" And Saree was like, "No, do something first." So I don't know if they're waiting, if they're going to build to it later, if it's at Sumo Hall, or if it's going to be at Yokohama Budokan for Sureism Chapter 10. Who fucking knows? I think it's going to be Sumo Hall.
Oh, that would be so good. I could look past the white belt match if we get Cerise, Natsupoi. Jesus.
It would be an insane... Yeah. I mean, that's match of the year contender level, like immediately, right?
Yes. And to your point, maybe Cerise is just the best wrestler in the world, you know? Maybe maybe that should be expected from the best wrestler in the world, that everyone has the best match with her, so...
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense to me, you know?
Absolutely. Agreed. Did anything happen in this Azusa Inaba Sai Kamitani versus Rana you got more on Poi?
I got one more thing on Miku Kanai, right?
Oh, Miku Kanai, yeah.
You know, she does a swanton bomb now?
Yeah.
Pretty regularly. She looks like a turtle. You know, like how Jeff Hardy, the original swanton bomb, was like soaring like a swan through the air. Miku does it like a turtle in her shell. It just looks so funny to me. But maybe it's actually more effective that way, because I don't know.
Why did you think of a turtle? Like,
I was thinking about what it reminds me of, the way she flies through the air, and it's just
like a fucking turtle. How does a turtle fly through the air?
I don't know. She makes like a round back, you know, the way she. I don't know how to describe it.
Well, thank you for that interruption, Tim. You heard it here first, folks. Miku Kanai looks like a turtle during her swanton bomb, so now you can't unsee that when you see it.
I hope so.
Yeah, did anything happen in this Azusa Inaba Sai Kamitani Rana Suri match? I feel like it was just a good preview. Well, an okay preview. I don't have anything else.
Yeah, no.
Really weird previews, by the way. Not weird, it's just like nothing's really happening. There's like either a quick angle or like a 5-minute match, or yeah.
I think Azusa had some really great moments in this match.
Like her backdrop suplex.
Yes, and she had some good stomps even. Like, I noticed her stomps for some reason in this one. I don't know. She laid it in, as the kids say. So
the kids do be saying that. Suri won with the Siu Sakai on Azusa.
Yes. Good match, but like nothing really that special for Saya and Shuri preview match, I guess.
And then the finals. So Sakura versus BMI 2000. You guys already know what happened. Sakura won. This was my match of the tournament. It was fucking great. I only have one even though it was my match of the tournament, I'm not going to go through move by move because I just want to highlight Natsuko.
Doesn't really make sense for a match like this, right?
No. This was like a classic underdog Sayaka Kurara trying to fight up against Natsuko, and Natsuko played her role perfectly. I think this is her best performance all fucking year. She was majestic. It was beautiful. Notice, so if you guys watch this match, you'll notice how Natsuko did all the fucking heavy lifting in this match. That useless Ruaka was nowhere to be seen. Even when Ruaka was in the match, she fucked up whatever she was meant to be doing, which I will talk about. They were really trying to make Sakura here, and I think they did that. Well, I think Natsuko did that perfectly. Sakura's kicks were fucking amazing, but I've already said that in some other matches before. So the main spot in this match, which was biblically good, was Natsuko selling Sayaka's rear naked choke. It was awesome. The first time she kind of like held on, she was like trying to stay standing up, and she was like wobbling, and then she just fucking bumped on her back with Sayaka. Well, bumped on Sayaka on her back, I guess, to try and get her off, and Sayaka wouldn't let go. So Natsuko is just fucking flailing everywhere, and then she got up again. She literally just stood up to her feet. But it was like an urge almost, because she immediately flopped back onto her back. I bit that she could tap right then and there, and I swear to God, we're only like 9 or 10 minutes into the match. That's how good the sell was. Then there was like a great jackknife pin from Aya Sakura's dropkick onto Natsuko. The crowd definitely bet on that one. They actually thought that was going to be the finish. And then Natsuko gets locked into the rear naked choke again, and this time like Daichi is jumping around, and Daichi pinging about the ring made me think it was the finish again, because he was like going fucking nuts and asking Natsuko if she was going to submit. Then what happened afterwards, Natsuko reached the ropes, right? And Rina, I don't know if other people have picked this up. I noticed that Rina was the second at ringside. She gave Natsuko the mist. So you don't really see it. I think it's like a little like bottle, tiny bottle. So you didn't see the bottle, but you saw Natsuko take something from Rina and like
I think it's a balloon actually.
Oh, is it like a balloon? Through. Okay, that makes sense, yeah. And then she put something in her mouth, and you know, as the viewer, so people in the arena might not see this, but you know as the viewer, Natsuko is gonna fucking miss Sayaka. And you're just like, you're pre-deflating. You're like, they're gonna do the fucking thing again. I can't fucking believe it. After watching these sick rear naked choke cells, now I have to see the fucking mist. So Natsuko gets up. They're distracting the referee. Here it fucking comes. Sayaka fucking dodges it, and you just like,
so awesome.
You just fucking jump out your seat like, oh shit, she fucking dodged it. Not only did she dodge it, she bounces off the ropes. She hits a fucking, is it Tokimeki spear?
Yes.
She hits the Tokimeki spear, and
she speared the shit out of her.
It looked sick. It looked absolutely sick.
So good.
This was made so much better by showing us the mist. I don't know if they did it on purpose, but showing us Natsuko setting that up actually made this like a million times better. Then Natsuko missed her swanton. There were a lot of counter pins, and Sayaka got the pin by reversing Natsuko's momentum. Awesome.
Yes. Did Tora spit mist at the beginning of her match too?
Oh, I don't have that one. Maybe? I don't have that noted down.
I didn't see it either, but when...
I know what you're talking about, Tim. Yeah, pick me. I know.
Okay.
I think I think it's like... Isn't it like water? It wasn't like mist, but she did definitely spit. It was like arena spit, no?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what I'm talking about is probably from the semifinals.
Oh,
because
yeah.
when Kurara had her in these rear naked chokes, right?
Yeah.
Tora still had like mist on her lips and like in her face a bit. Like her mist is blue.
Yeah.
And her face actually looked like it turned blue from the choke. That's why the choke looked so fucking sick to me too. Because like the color of the mist color that she still had on her face from the semifinals.
Wow, from the Brazilian match.
Really made it look like she was dying in this choke.
That's a good point.
So that's like her lips were completely blue. That was obviously still from the mist. And that looked so fucking sick in the choke. Like Kurara was actually like choking her to death right there.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point.
Yes. And yeah, as you said, like when Kurara dodged that fucking mist at the end, and you obviously saw how she was taking the mist into her mouth, and it was I fucking clapped.
yeah.
It was so good.
So we didn't talk about how Raka fucked up what she fucks up. Do you know what I think she fucked up? Do we have the same spot? We probably don't. It was just a me thing, I think.
Tell me. I don't have it in my
mind
right now.
I'm actually surprised I don't have it written down because I remember it. Maybe I don't know if it was a different match. It might have been the fucking semi-finals.
I do remember she did the thing again that I lamented last week,
which
where
is what?
she took someone's arm before they, like, the kick out spot. And then
Oh,
someone
okay.
takes the arm into a submission, and she doesn't do that. She doesn't wait for the kick out. She just lifts up the other person's arm to break her own pin up, to put them in an armbar. That's not how that spot works, Rucker. Sorry. You gotta watch that again.
So there's another spot she doesn't know how it works, and I haven't got it in my note here, but I remember seeing it on a match, so if it's not this match, forgive me, but basically she was breaking up a pin. It might have even been the Osaka match with Suzu Suzuki, now that I remember it, against Mavida Loca, the count-out draw. But basically, Ruaka is breaking up a pin, and then she just falls on the ground and rolls out the ring again without getting hit. You're supposed to get hit to feign that you're recovering and that you're injured and you can't participate in the tag. She literally runs into the ring, jumps on them, and then just slowly crawls on the ground and rolls out the ring. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Anyway. All right. Anything else on the final?
No, perfect finish. Perfect winners. Best booking. Awesome shit. Book of the year. Tag team of the year. Yes.
So on the 8th of December, we have a Korakuen Hall show, and it is stacked. It is stacked.
Hell yeah.
It is stacked. Like, I can't say that. It is stacked, okay? There's a great stat that I'm going to steal from Armani on Discord it's from Isakura via Armani on Discord, and I have to give credit because I would never seen the tweet myself. This is the first time that all 11 homegrown talent who debuted in the last 3 years will be in matches on the same show. That is absolutely mind-blowing. So that shows you how...
because the rookies are back?
The rookies are back.
The injured ones?
Yeah, the rookies are back. That shows you how cursed they've been with new talent. I love my rookie development, which we'll get into soon, I guess, because we're not that far in from the end of the episode. But it'll be really interesting to see how a card is going to fit the pieces together, because more talent means it's it's less time per talent. Like, that's just a fact. Unless you increase the amount of shows you do or you cut the roster. If you have the same roster and the same amount of shows, each talent gets less time. So you do have to be really smart in how you manage a talent and maximize everyone's talent. So with everyone back, Okada has a hell of a job. Like, this is Booker of the Year shit for 2026. If he can figure out how to get a lot of these newer talent over. I'm sure he will, but I'm very interested to see how he does it.
Yes.
So the card, we have MMI Shima against Yuki Mashiro, who's obviously been on the New Blood shows, and she's a former Ice Ribbon talent. She was in CMLL for a month or something as an excursion. She works a lot with 0-1 now. But it seems like she's picking up Stardom dates, so this is her first Stardom proper date, I believe. Then we have the returns of Ann Kanaya and Motoi Hamabe. So Ann got injured 2 matches into her debut. I think it was in Okinawa, off the top of my head, in June or something.
Mm-hmm. No, that was in March.
Oh, yeah, because Tam was still around. Yes, Tam was still around.
Yes.
So a long time ago. So it's been 9 months. Motoi, I don't even fucking remember. How long was that?
It was in January already. That was
fucking
even
hell.
Earlier.
So 2 rookies, super green. Well, they're not green. I mean, they haven't had a lot of matches at all. And they looked pretty good.
They actually looked pretty advanced.
Yeah, they both looked good.
I mean, Ane too, I think, yeah.
They both looked good. So by green, I just mean lack of matches, not skill-wise, sorry.
Yes.
And they're both coming back, so it's going to be awesome. And they're in a singles match against each other, so very excited about that. Mm-hmm. Then we have Izumi, Meisara, and Miya Amasaki against Kikyo Furusawa, Lady C, and Tomoka Inaba. We have FWC, Hazuki and Koguma against Momokogo and Yurahime, who's also just came back on the last show. So we have Ai Sakura, Natsupoi, and Yuna Mizumori against Chi-Chi, Miku Kanai, and Suri.
Oh my god.
Fucking hell.
Let's go.
What? I don't know what they're doing to me. Just putting Yuna against Suri, the entire and Natsupoi against Suri. Then we got Akira Kurigani, Bazilla, Itsuki Rina Yamashita, and Suzu Suzuki. So that's the whole Mavida Loca gang against God's Eye, which is Hina, Kyoko Katatsu, Rani Yagami, Saki Kashima, and Suri. We got Hate. So we got Azusa Inaba, Natsuko Tora, Ruaka and Saya Kamitani versus Maika, Saori Ano, Sayaka Kurara, and X.
Xena.
Xena. Do you think it's Xena?
Maybe.
It's got to be Xena,
cool
right?
X, though.
It's not a coincidence that she's in the same team as Maika. And she's been in Japan recently. So
Yeah, exactly.
then we have the Artist Stardom title, Fukin Def, Konami and Rina against Hanako, Rian and Wakatsu Yukiyama. So we set that up on the 30th of Stardom set it up on the 30th of November. And then in the main event, as we've spoken about already, Ami Sourei versus Saya Iida for the number 1 white belt contendership. Stacked fucking show. You should definitely watch it if you're even on the fence about Stardom. I assure you will enjoy this, even if you haven't watched Stardom ever before. In which case, why are you listening to 2 hours of Stardom? All right, we're done with Stardom.
Yes.
Yep.
We are. Jesus, that was a long Stardom review, huh?
Yeah, we are 45 minutes over the estimation.
How did that happen, Eric?
It's just like it's always meant to happen. So in order to not run 4 hours, we're going to have to go a bit quicker on some of these.
Yes, let's do that.
So Marigold, I'm just going to sort of like
run from Marigold.
Yeah, I'm just going to sort of group stuff and just pick out nice stuff that happened. They were in North Japan, Aomori Prefecture and Akita on the 23rd of November and 24th of November. They got released on VOD 26th of November and 27th. Hummingbird lost the first match to Ria Seto, and then on the second show, she beat Nao Ishikawa. So she did manage to pick up a win ahead of her title match with Mayu Iwatani. Just ignore the losses at Korakuen Hall on the 17th of November, the Kazuna Tanaka loss on the 22nd, and the Ria Seto loss on the 23rd. She totally has enough momentum to face the GOAT. Anything else from the 23rd? No. There was more preview tags with Mai Sakurai, Miku Ono. All you need to know is Miku is the fucking queen of preview tags. She does not have to go as hard as she needs to on these shows. She still hasn't missed the Marigold show since they launched. She's the fucking ace of Marigold. Yeah. But the finishing stretch of this match was Mai Sakurai in Megaton. So I don't need to say more than that. Then on the 24th...
That's funny.
Yeah.
Who did win?
Wow.
Mai Sakurai, right?
Yeah, Mai Sakurai beat Megaton, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Then on the 24th, we had Nagisa Tachibana versus Yuka Yamazaki in the opener. I was really surprised that Nagisa submitted Yuka with a cloverleaf submission. Yuka hasn't really been booked as a rookie. She's been getting wins, and they haven't really been celebrating the wins because it's kind of normal for her to win. And so she's also been thrown into main events with like Mayu Iwatani, Seri Yamaoka, Victoria Yuzuki. So I was very surprised that Nagisa Tachibana submitted her. But I guess she has to take some losses. She is still a rookie. So there you go. And another My Miku preview. I think there has to be... I have to put Miku in like my top 5 if I do a Joshi top list of 2025. I don't know how I couldn't.
Really?
I feel like I have to. She is like the perfect champion you want, where she does not have an off switch. She might not have like the media presence or like the wider publicity, but like if you're picking a promotion and you just want a fucking Iron Woman, right, who's going to be there every single show and put on a good match every single time, I mean, who else do you pick apart from Miku? So
it's gonna be so tough to do a ranking, man.
I have no idea what I'm going to do, to be honest. So I had to put it out there that Miku is like one of the top in the industry, and she needs recognition for that. And that's it. So they have a show coming up on the 30th November in Nara, and it's a 4-match card, which is kind of weird, but that's just preview tags, so I'm not even going to go through the card. Then the big show is the 6th of December in Hokkaido. So that will be released next Tuesday, because why the fuck not? Just fuck us over where we can't watch the Tuesday shows before we record. So they got 2 shows, one in the afternoon, and that will have the Misa Matsui versus Victoria Yuzuki white belt match, which will be very cool. It also has an undercard match of Kazuna Tanaka, Seri Yamaoka, and Yuka Yamazaki versus Kamomo Minami, Mai Iwatani, and Shoko Koshino, if you're interested in that. The nighttime show has the Hummingbird versus Mai Iwatani Superfly title. And that has an undercard match of Chika Goto, Miku Ono, and Minami Yuki against Mai Sakurai, Seri Yamaoka, and Victoria Yuzuki. So more previews between Miku and Mai.
Awesome.
So that's on the 6th of December, to be released next Tuesday on the 9th. TJPW. Right.
Yes.
So they had a double header in Tokyo, in Itabashi Green Hall, which is where Pure J does all of their monthly big shows. And I thought these shows were pretty good. I think you've watched a couple of the matches. but mostly on the second show. So just
I watched nothing from the first show. Sorry.
Yep. So the first show, no, we're going to talk about that next week. We'll talk about Chicken and Nase next week. I had a whole Chicken and Nase bit, but it also applies to the show that we're going to talk about next week in Osaka. So I'll just save that for then.
Okay.
On the second show, I don't really think there's anything else to talk about in the first show. Yep, there isn't. So on the second show,
I looked at the lineup and I wasn't
no
into any match, so I don't think
no.
it's
So there were 2 matches on the second show. Well, 3 matches we can talk about. One is a more funny one. So the first one is Mizuki versus Shino Suzuki. So Shino Suzuki has been sort of coming out of her shell in the past few months. I sort of noticed it when she had the level up match with Miyu Yamashita. So I'm kind of surprised and impressed that a level up trial match, like that's what it was billed as and marketed as, kind of worked. Like it actually worked. And Shino's been really good, like much better than normal. She's shown like a new fire. She has a column, or like there has been a column written about her in the Super issue that just released today, where it talks about her new fire. So it's not just some random thing I've noticed. Like the Japanese media are talking about it as well. So I'll probably read that later and maybe have it for next week. But this match was also, Mizuki was fucking great in this match. The Dark Mizuki.
Yeah.
Like she's such. Go on, you do. You're a Mizuki guy.
No, I just thought she's a really good bully. Like
She is, yeah.
You wouldn't think of Mizuki as a bully, but like this new Dark Mizuki, she has some good a good mean streak, I guess, when she's against these rookies, and it's awesome. I think Shino played a pretty great babyface in this one, just mostly selling. But yeah, she also got like her shine moments, of course. Almost like she did this real weird O'Connor roll into a like rear naked choke. It was, I think, it reminded me of Kurara's choke too, and but then she got double stomped by Mizuki. And she put her in a crossface for the win, which was also a good finish. And yeah, just a really solid like bully versus underdog babyface match, and it ruled.
Absolutely, yeah. It reminded me of we've been watching a lot of like Wave recently from like the 2010s, with like Sakushi and Ayaka Hamada, Arisa Nakajima, like that era of Joshi's. I feel like Dark Mizuki. It feels like a throwback. I know she is a 2010 Joshi, but she's a TJPW Joshi. But she reminds me of those type of indie Joshis from the 2010s when she's like doing her bully stick. It's so awesome, and it makes it really interesting. And Shino was a great underdog, and she had a really good fire up in this match. So yeah, I thought this was a great match. So it's worth checking out. Again, this is the 24th of November PW show. So the first show is called TJ, and the second show is called PW because they split the roster. This is from the PW show. Then we had Pom Harajuku versus Shoko Nakajima. So this was to celebrate Pom Harajuku's 7th anniversary. And so to celebrate, she dressed up as a giant inflatable dinosaur kaiju to go up against the big kaiju herself in Shoko Nakajima.
Yes.
So Shoko ended up,
awesome.
Shoko ended up teasing the big dinosaur outside the venue and then locking them outside. Somehow, the very smart dinosaur found another entrance and survived the 20 count. Shoko had enough, and she just started beating the fuck out of the inflatable dinosaur and piercing it and deflating it, which was awesome. And then Shoko won with a Northern Lights suplex, but fun Pom Harajuku stuff.
At one point, like Pom kind of sneaked out of the costume. Why Shoko wasn't realizing it, I don't know, and Shoko just kept beating up the costume with nobody in there, which was kind of funny. So
I didn't even notice that. That is funny as fuck. Cool. And then we had the main event, which was Haru Kazushiro and Suzume versus Miyu Watanabe and Toga.
What you think?
I've been thinking recently.
Oh, the big.
I've been thinking. I think Miyu Watanabe is in my top 3 wrestlers, like my favorite wrestlers. I think it's her, Suri, and Veni, in no particular order.
Yeah.
And then Minami
makes
Katsu
sense.
fourth. But those three are like, those are the big three. I can't get over how good she is. I can't believe she wasn't on the 30th under 30 list. She's 25 years old. She is perfect at everything she does, and it kind of irks me that she doesn't get the praise she deserves because she's in TJPW and people see it as a comedy promotion, which it is, but it's also she does a lot of good stuff. Her work is fucking perfection. Like literally, I can't pick out a thing she does wrong, like or bad. Is there anything she needs to improve or like a hole in her game?
I couldn't think of one. But I mean, to your previous point, there's like, what is the main comedy promotion? Is DDT, right?
Yes.
But they have some tremendous just wrestlers on the DDT roster. I mean,
you're making me happy.
Comedy promotion does not mean the entire thing is always just comedy.
Absolutely.
Just because Pom Harajuku is on there and like Raku and stuff doesn't mean they don't have like excellent wrestlers on this roster. So I don't see the comedy promotion argument whatsoever.
Said it better than myself, thank you. That's just what I'm thinking. So if you just haven't seen Miyu Watanabe, guys, just watch her. She is incredible. So specifically in this match, so one of my favorite matches of the year, literally in my top 4. I mention it almost every episode. Shoka Nakajima versus Miyu Watanabe on the 17th of August. One of the things she does in that match is this really awesome moment where I'm not sure if she's selling or not, because time stops. She has a weird ability to stop time and make you just...
I know what she's saying.
To make you stare at the screen and wonder,
yes,
what's going on? Is she hurt? Like, or she seems like really hurt. So she did an almost like for like sell in this match. It was so
on
fucking
cutter,
good.
right?
Yes. So Suzumi hit. So Suzumi's finisher is Ring a Bell, which is a cutter. Suzumi hit a ring a bell out of nowhere. It was literally like a RKO out of nowhere, but perfectly done. Like it looked amazing. Miyu sold it like she had fucking died. She sold it like it was a finisher, because it is a finisher, and it's just, you don't really see people sell finishers in that way. She wasn't just dead, flopping on, like, well, not flopping, because you know when people hit finishers, the person just acts dead, they don't move. You just see them like heavily breathing and nothing else. No, Miyu was like stunned. She was shocked that the move came out of nowhere. She was like,
exactly my notes, yeah.
Yeah, she was like stumbling. She was like, the crowd were fucking silent. And I was silent at home because I'm just watching her, just like...
It might have been too good.
It was so fucking amazing. And it did remind me of the selling during the Shoko match. And Suzumi made it even better. She was just looking at her like she had pity for her. She was like,
exactly.
Wait, my Ring of Bell can do that to you? And it was almost like a fucking light bulb switched on in Suzumi's head. She was like, I know what I have to do now to beat you in January. Because this was a non-title match, right? It's just a preview. But it was like Suzumi had realized. It was like she had found the fucking poison, right? Needed to down Miyu. Yeah. Oh.
That's true. I didn't think about it like that.
It's like the eureka moment, right? Like, great, fuck. I know what I'm going to do to you on the 4th of January. Amazing. Perfect pro wrestling.
Because that's why I said it may have been too good, because to me it kind of looked like Suzume herself was kind of worried that she just injured the ace, you know? That Suzume wasn't sure if Miyu was selling or if she was actually fucking out of it.
Exactly. So there's one way to...
But the way you're describing it is makes more sense. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because there was like a little hint of like... she was like a bit confused, like looking at Miyu. It was like she was processing it in real time. So, you know, when people like, you know your feature on cinema, right? Like WWE has sort of like stolen the term, and there is good cinema and storytelling in the ring. This is literally the perfect example.
That's true.
Perfect in-ring storytelling without like necessarily like doing a move and time stopping. This is how you do it to its maximum. And it's in TJPW, guys. Like, it just is. This happened in TJPW.
Explaining it with a promo or whatever.
Exactly, yeah.
An in-ring promo. I don't know. Yes, absolutely.
So, that's all I want to say. Yep, go on.
then she still didn't win.
Yeah,
Toga interfered, and I was like, "What the fuck, Toga? Get the fuck out of here!" Let Suzume get this win, man. But nah, Miyu
came back.
Slammed Haru.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hit Haruka Shira with a teardrop.
That too, yeah.
Cool. And that's the TJPW wrap up. So we will be reviewing the Osaka show on the next episode. But, hint, spoiler, there is also a good main event on that show between Miyu and Suzume. So I am positive Miyu and Suzume are going to have an absolute banger on the 4th of January.
Oh yeah, I have no doubts. That's going to be amazing.
Yeah. Real quickly, Suri is doing TJPW. So she's only done 2 previous TJPW dates in 2020. Right. She will be appearing at Grand Princess 2026, which is on the 29th of March at Rigoku Kokugikan. So someone put the thought in my head, Suri and Miyu, and I'm like, I don't know what I would do. I would spontaneously combust if they actually did that match, and I don't think they're going to do that. I think it's probably some sort of tag, like her and Chi-Chi against Miyu Master and Kayo Toribami or something. But if they had Miyu and Suri, I would give them my life. Like, I would make a suicide pact.
I expect Miyu Watanabe to still be champion then, right?
I'm expecting that, yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty unlikely.
Agreed, yeah. And then we have the...
Too bad.
Yeah, too bad. And then we have the Ocha Normal pay-per-view, Ocha Norma. So that's a idol group. They have a pay-per-view on the 7th of December at Korakuen Hall with a TJPW collaboration. I will not be covering that because it's like a music show with some wrestling. So buy it on Wrestle Universe if that's your thing. It's a pay-per-view. So.
Oh, okay.
Are you ready for the Indie Zone?
Indie Zone.
The Indie Zone.
Go.
All right, you take Sendai Girls.
Let's do it. I take Sendai Girls.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't have the cage match open, but we can go by my notes, I guess. We open up with a Miku Kanai vs Yuna match. Yeah, that's not that much to say about it.
She did look better, Yuna.
Was
We've been
twerp action.
Yeah.
Yeah. You notice it too now? Okay. No, you go. I don't really have many notes on this. Yuna was working over Miku's arm. It was pretty good. But, okay. I got the... We are on diametrical opposite sides, I guess. Is that how you say it?
For Yuna?
I think so. Yeah, you shit on her last week, and I praised her a bit. Now you
and then now I'm like, she was okay, and you were like, she was dog shit here.
I just noticed in this match, really, I found what Yuna is lacking for me, and that's just urgency.
Oh, no, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
She just never looks like she pauses too much between stuff, and she never looks like she's really going for it, you know?
Yeah.
Like just the urgency to hurt your opponent, and I don't know, it's kind of missing for her. That's just lacking. That's what was really obvious for me in this match. She did work Miku over pretty well, like moves wise, but like the in between was just missing, and just the fight in her was not visible to me, I guess. I don't know.
Nope, completely agree. So, do you remember we spoke about levels of rookies? So,
yeah,
I want to establish the Joshi'ing around tier list of rookies. There's 3 tiers. It's bad, it's okay, and good. There are 3 tiers of rookies. Okay. Yuna, I think, is an okay rookie. Like, I don't think she's not rookie anymore. I just mean when she would be someone that I would group into. Thing, yeah, she would be someone that I group into okay. Like, I don't think she's like terrible development wise. Like, I do think she's like slowly improving, and that's what you kind of want from a rookie. So if she was a rookie, I would say she was okay. Obviously, she's not a rookie, so that's why she gets so much criticism.
Yes,
but she wrestles like an okay rookie, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah. I was a bit surprised by the finish. She won with a top rope drop kick.
I had no idea that was her finish, by the way. So that was news for me.
I think she won with other moves as well in previous weeks. So
maybe she's multi-talented, and we need to give her more credit.
Oh, I think usually she just wins with like a lucky roll up or whatever because she never looks strong. So this was the first time she actively won with a move. Maybe I don't know.
That would make sense. Yeah, this was fine. And then,
but yeah, you're right. There's definitely worse rookies
like
than her. Like that would be in a bad tier. That she doesn't belong into that grouping. I kind of agree with.
There's
that,
not a lot of bad. Like a bad rookie is someone that you think is not going to make it. That's what a bad rookie is.
Okay. Yeah.
And like Ryoko Sakamura in Marigold that quit was a bad rookie. Like you never thought she was going to make it. I think even Nagisa Tachibana is an okay rookie. Like she's improving at a solid, it's at a slow rate, but you know, she's 1 year into her career. Like she's only got like 50 matches or 60 matches or something. So I think people just need to maybe readjust their rookie comparisons because we have too many good rookies. There are a lot of good rookies. So.
All right.
Mika, what? You said you want me to take it because you got less notes or?
I do have, I don't have the lineup here.
Okay.
But I mean, I have it in my notes basically. It's, except for one match that I skipped entirely. I don't even know who was
I think
in
we
there.
skipped the same match.
Okay.
So Mika Wata and Yura Suzuki. So this match was infinitely better than the last one because Yura Suzuki is the real junior of Sendai Girls. She's back wearing the half jacket, which is interesting. Yeah. Did you see her beautiful like switching stances with her kicks? Like, you know, she's got some real athletic background. I have no idea if it's a southpaw stance, but it sounds good if I say that. So, but yeah, she was like fucking like jockeying with her feet. She was going for kick with Mika fucking Iwata with no fear. She's fucking screaming with aggression after landing kicks. This junior wants to fuck Mika Iwata up.
Yes.
Yura Suzuki has good striking, good selling, and she's quite athletic. I've liked her since her catch the wave match with Miyu Takase earlier in the year. That was the match where I was like, oh, she's actually quite good. And because she wasn't on my radar before that. And that's kind of why I love the indies, because it gives like younger wrestlers a platform to show what they can do, like in a wave tournament. If you're in a big company, it is much harder to get that shine, which is why I'm really interested to see what Okada does with that roster. But yeah, Yura Suzuki was great. Yura fucking German suplexing Mika Iwata popped me big. I thought this match was pretty great.
Yeah. Oh, those kicks at the end. Like Yura did some pretty good kicks, but the ones Mika killed Yura at the end with these kicks. That was insane. She won with her a corner flip kick is a very fun move, but I think it kind of missed here a bit.
Yeah.
It still was the finish, but doesn't really matter. It's just a house show.
Yep. Then I think we both skipped Dash Chisako and the lovely guy Raiden Hagane against Kisei, Ninja Ranmaru, and Miyuki Takase. I knew what this was going to be, so I just skipped it. I don't know if you are.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of, like I saw the I always forget their name.
Ranmaru?
The comedy team.
Yeah, Ranmaru and Hibiscus Me, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of those. So when I saw them and I was like pressed for time, I just said, let's go to the
same.
next match.
I know what their comedy's like. I've seen it before. It works sometimes, but I don't need to see it every time.
Sure.
Now we had the match of the fucking show. I thought it was awesome. Minami versus Yurika Oka. There was some really cool legwork in this match. Yurika's calves, I realized, are fucking ripped, by the way. From all those drop kicks and running around the ring she does. She's got some ripped calf muscles. She held Minami in a hold at one point, and you could just see the muscle meat. It was like it was insane. There was a great knee strike from Minami. I thought she looked so good in this match. I want more of this Minami, not the woo, 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 like with every submission hold. I want this Minami. This Minami was fucking awesome. Yes. Yurika Oka was a demon. She was attacking Minami's leg relentlessly. This match made me lock in. I hadn't seen Yurika be this aggressive in a while. There was open-handed strikes, great cradle near falls. I highly recommend this match. It was fucking great.
Yeah, they were both just like flying through the ring, like the speed with which these two like ran the ropes and stuff. Like at one point, Yurika Oka like just leapt through like almost the entire ring. I felt like to just do like a crossbody and no, Manami flew through the ring. I didn't know she could jump that far and high.
She's a great worker. She's so good.
There was like some great like just high speed action in a way in this one. It was awesome.
Do you think so this was a hard hitting match. Do you think hitting hard is an important part of Joshi?
Yes, in a way, I feel like, yeah.
I think it's part of the aesthetic. Like,
Yes,
when you ask Joshi wrestlers in interviews what they love most about it, I feel like a lot of them say, oh, we dress up so cute, or we look adorable, but we hit hard. I feel like most of the answers are some variation of that from interviews I've seen. It feels like a very important part of what makes the sport so appealing, that they hit each other so hard. So it's because I always talk about, oh, you know, there were some fucking stiff forearms and open-handed strikes. That's kind of like the essence of Joshi, I feel like. It's like a big part of it.
It's the thing that's like most convincing, I guess, when you first get into Joshi. That's the thing that just like makes you wow, or made me maybe surprised the most, or like
No, me as well.
Made me get into it like immediately when you see like two like women of like smaller stature get in there in like cutesy outfits sometimes, and then they just start beating the shit out of each other. It's just such an awesome I don't know, is it juxtaposition or whatever?
Yeah, it's like absolutely. It's contrast. It's like a nice.
Just blows. Yeah, it's a contrast.
Yeah.
It just blows you away even more, I guess, in a way.
Yep. So this match.
That's probably a main reason why I love it so much.
And this match made me think that, to be honest. They were just like going, you know, they were like levering each other. So yeah.
And Manami's leg selling was so good in this match.
Very good. Yeah. I love the leg work in this match. It was really good.
Absolutely.
Then we had Team 200kg versus Miya Momono and Spike Nishimura. I feel like this was Spike's leaving present, probably. A main event against 200kg. She did compete against them the next day, but that one didn't make tape. I don't know how companies are not making tape in 2025, but hey. So this was the first time since Senka's debut on the 27th of October 2024 that Miyu and Hashimoto had interacted with each other. So they are kept apart quite a lot in Sendai. I mean, obviously Miyu was injured for 5 months, but I thought their sequence at the start of this match was fucking awesome.
Bad. Yeah, because they have fucking amazing chemistry.
Yeah, it's really good.
Insane. Yes.
The way I put it was, this is the Mio that you don't really see very often. It's like the no Bob Momo Banana Bob Momo banana gimmick. And she's not just bullying rookies like she does in Marvelous or Sendai sometimes. This was her against a bigger bully in Hashimoto, where she's in peril, she has to sell, she has to make comebacks. This is Miu's bread and butter. This is why she's one of the best underdog baby faces in the world. Fucking, you know. Are you a Daniel Bryan WWE fan? Like, during his run? Do you, like, consider him, like, one of the best babyface underdogs?
Can I be honest?
I'm going to guess you're saying no.
I didn't watch wrestling during Bryan Danielson's WWE run.
Who do you think is the best underdog babyface?
Miyu Momono.
Okay, well, that's a fucking valid answer, yeah. The only person I could compare it to was like Daniel Bryan, where they have this either aura or connection with the crowd where you just always want to fucking scream for them when they're against like any heel. And they're like I guess Starlight Kid is actually probably up there.
Yeah. And Sayaka Kurara.
Yeah. Almost. Not there yet. But yeah, like that archetype of wrestler, yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, Miyu Momono she's at her best when she can do a lot of other stuff, like I mentioned, like the bullying, the comedy. But this is the best version of Miyu. She was great. I can't even describe how good she was, to be honest. She made you look like a fucking monster as well. Yeah. Really solid house show. Yeah, go on.
Are you seeing Stardom at any Korakuen show this year? I don't think so, right?
I'm not, though. Oh, is it because Sayaka's super over at Korakuen?
Yeah, once you witness Sayaka at Korakuen, you're gonna believe in her.
Okay, yeah, that's possible. Maybe at Sumo Hall, maybe the whole Sumo Hall crowd will be cheering for her.
Maybe, yeah.
If she goes after the tag titles belts, so maybe that will convert me. But yeah, I thought this was a good house show main event, like really good, but I preferred the Minami Yurika Oka match.
Yeah, honestly, I was like we had it last week about like playing the hits you and work rate you. we got playing the hits you here again. So,
but Mio was pretty good with you.
like Mio, yeah. I mean, when Mio was in there with anyone, it's always good.
Yeah.
So, but Hush and Mio generally were like insane in this match. But yeah, in the end, it was nice. Spike nearly got to pin you in a bit of a shock finish, but she kicked out in the end, so, and finished Spike off after big lariat and like a Vader bomb thing, or like a big splash. It was a big splash, I think.
Yeah.
I thought the finishing stretch was pretty awesome from you as well. You was mostly involved with that, but other than that, it was a pretty standard tag team affair for like a Sendai Horse show, I guess. So yeah.
Agreed. But overall, I mean, Sendai Girls is just always an easy watch, and this was an easy watch. And not just an easy watch, you need to watch the Minami and Yurika Oka match. So if you're 3 hours deep into this podcast, you are the sort of person that needs to watch that match. So
awesome.
Then let's go quickly to Wave just for one match, 20th of November in Tokyo Square in Itabashi, Tokyo. So only reason I wanted to mention this, it was... Sorry, you distracted me. I did forget that I had typed that. Basically, in our agenda, sometimes I recommend some matches from the Indie Zone, and on one of the shows, which is the SEAdLINNG show, which we'll talk about soon, I just put a blush face emoji because I really wanted him to watch it. So. Yeah. So yeah, Wave 2011. So there was a really cool death match or hardcore. It was a hardcore match, which was Ayame Sessumura, Hibiscus Me, Yuki Miyazaki, who's retiring, against Honoka, Risa Sera, and Suzu Suzuki. And this was Honoka's wish to have a hardcore match with Yuki Miyazaki before she retired. It's her first ever hardcore match. If you like Yuki Miyazaki and Hibiscus Me hardcore matches, which normally means some talking segments, some comedy, then this match is for you. This match was built around it being Honoka's first match, and immediately she had a nasty blade job. Okay, it was
awesome.
The top half of her mask was completely red. It was a fucking Desperado versus June Kasai mask type shit. Starlight Kid against Konami. Like, it was an awesome visual. And in general, I thought she had an awesome babyface performance. Sarah, obviously Risa Sera, Suzuki, and Ayame Sasumura were in this match, but they didn't actually do much. I think they were just there to support Honoka in case something went wrong, because I think Honoka was kind of nervous about the match. She was saying like she was on the verge of tears before coming out for the match. So I think she wanted Suzu and Sarah there to like watch her do the death. Because she also said that she had watched Suzu and Sarah in prominence do death matches before she became a wrestler. So, really great selling from Honoka. Cool story. I like this match. I thought it was awesome.
I should check this out. That sounds pretty awesome, actually.
It's almost half an hour, and there are some moments where they just talk for like a couple minutes, because that's just what Yuki Miyazaki and Hibiscus Me do.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's
if you can.
Hibiscus Me is like just not my kind of shtick, but
yes. So this might be hit and miss, but Honoka was just.
I like Honoka.
Yeah. Right then. Actress Girls on the 24th, and sorry, I am going to skip the undercard once again. Some news bits, I guess, actually. Sorry. So Lady Police Gonbe is a new trainee. Gonbe? Yeah, Gonbe. Her gimmick is...
Lady Police Gonbe.
Yeah, Lady Police Gonbe. So her gimmick is a police officer. Would you believe that?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So her debut was postponed because she has a left knee ligament injury. So this was a pre-debut. So she wanted a match against Asako Miya before getting surgery. Just as a reminder, Asako Miya is the Asako Miya is the comical genius character where I can't tell if it's gimmick or not. And she lost every match for 3 years straight until she picked up her first win on the October show. So you can imagine what this match was. So Gonbe has a styrofoam police bat, and yeah. So hopefully she's a bit less goofy when she debuts for real, but she's now going to go away and have surgery. But she just wanted to have that styrofoam bat comedy match with Asako Miya. Other news, Yui Tensho was in a wrestling match. She's due to become a non-wrestler at the end of the year, so she's kind of on her semi-retirement road, I guess. She did face Marino for the title on that October show that I just mentioned. The best part of this match was Nagisa, Shiitsuki, and Rio, who are like the two premier choppers in Actress Girls, chopping the crap out of each other. That was awesome. Nagisa did the Maelstrom bomb on Rio, so that's the arm trap crucifix bomb that we were talking about last episode, Tim, that Rina does. So depending on the person taking it, it can either look like an arm trap roll up rather than a crucifix bomb. So here it kind of looked like a roll up rather than a crucifix bomb because Rio is a 6th.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, she's like a 7th month rookie, so she sort of like rolled rather than, bumping flat on your back. But it can look awesome, but it didn't. Yeah. Then, Chia Oba. So she used to be in openers all the time, and she's slowly getting elevated. So she was in a match with Riku Fukunaga, teaming with Riku Fukunaga against Kana Yufuku, the new rookie, and Sakura Mizushima. And the 3 of them are going to be in GLEAT on the 6th of December in the UWF matches. So that'll be interesting. The thing I wanted to mention is she won the match by pinning Kana Yufuku with her finisher. So she's got an ice cream cone gimmick. That's what Chioba is about. And her finisher is a frog splash. And it is called, and I'm not joking, Dessert is Ice with Chi on top, if you please.
Nice.
That is the name of her finisher, and you can't shorten it. That's just the name of the whole finisher. So in the reports, it just always says, Dessert is Ice with Chi on top, if you please. So, awesome gimmick.
That's
and
awesome.
She will face... She challenged Maru for the King title. So, not sure when that's going to happen, but maybe at the Korakuen Hall show, we will see. The main event was the interim AWG tag team titles. This is the dumb fucking gimmick where they're fighting for interim titles when the main one is vacated by Amaratasu. So, whatever. And Marino Sahara and Yukina Uehara retained the titles. And I thought it was a awesome babyface performance from Marino Sahara. Her selling was great. I went into this match thinking it was a 1% chance that Marino would lose. And as she kept on selling, I got to the point where, you know what? Fuck, it's like 30 or 40%. And the fact she can do that means it's a ace performance. That's some real ace shit from Marina Sahara. So she's just increasing her stock with pretty much every big match that she has. Right. And then after the match, some people challenged for the red belt. Well, it's not red belt, sorry, the AWG title. Riko Fukunaga, Yukina Uehara, the rookie, the kicker rookie, which you thought wasn't great because she was like out of position a lot, which, she's kind of green. And Asako Miya, the comedy loser, also challenged for the AWG title. So we don't know when those 3 challenges are happening, but it is not abnormal for Actress Girls to just throw rookies into title challenges. They do that regularly. Anri challenged for the title 1 month after she debuted. It's something they do, and that's probably why they're so good at producing talent. They just don't really give a fuck. So Marino is trying to break Miku Ono's record of 6 defenses. She's currently at 5, so 2 more and she wins. And they've got like 4 shows before Korakuen, 2 at Comic-Con, 1 on the 15th and then 1 on the 20th. So she's probably easily going to break it before Korakuen.
Should be easier.
Yeah, and then she could probably drop the title there to whoever the challenger is.
Okay.
Tim, I want to talk points quickly. Do you know Actress points?
Yeah.
Remember? I brought it up
you told me about them.
In the primer episode. Okay. I just want to remind everyone, okay? Because it's so fucking funny, okay? So they got point system, which is luck, ability, which is like winning matches, effort, and popularity. 4 categories. So popularity is like merch sales. So they flashed the points on the screen after Maru's team lost in the interim tag title match. And Maru's team has 13.6, the losers, and the winner had 14.4, which is Marino's team. So backstage, Ayano, who's on Maru's team, was saying, my luck was so bad that I rolled a 1 on the dice. So she was basically implying that if she had rolled higher, she would have won the match. She would have closed out the gap, because it was a 0.8 points gap. So if she had rolled higher on the luck, she would have won the match. So how it works in Actress Girls universe is you win the match if you go into the match with more points. So you will do the roll before the match, and if you have more points, you're winning the match. That is what they tell the story as. So it's fucking weird. So if Iono had, rolled a 3, then they would have been the winners going into the match. And the thing is, they do not show the dice rolls anymore. So they used to, but they don't anymore. So what I assume is that the booker can just adjust the points by whatever he wants. And he just says, oh, it's a luck, she only rolled a 1. But maybe Iona rolled a 6 and she had more points, but he just adjusts it because no one sees it. So that's why I watch Actress Girls as if it's normal pro wrestling, but they don't treat it like normal pro wrestling, which is why Shupro actually doesn't cover it because they don't think it's wrestling.
I assume it's always been the booker anyway.
That's what I assume. Right. Yeah, I just think it's all a gimmick.
They can just show you a dice roll. That doesn't have to be.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Even like, when
dice roll that is like the booker wanted it to be, you know.
Yeah, I don't know if Velko's saying like they actually roll the dice on camera. He might have been saying that, which was kind of crazy because maybe it was legit before and now it's not. I don't know. But I did just want to.
Then they would have to entire booking plans would be in jeopardy, right?
Maybe that's what they did. I don't fucking know. I just thought it was really interesting. So maybe you guys.
You mean they live wrote the dice before the match in the ring, or was it in a pre-tape? Because if it's in a pre-tape, then they could easily just always fake it.
Yeah, maybe it was a pre-tape.
The result that they wanted. So
just add us.
That's what I assumed.
Yeah, just add us if you know the answer, because that is kind of interesting. I guess how it would work.
Yeah.
All right, we're at the end, and it's the thing I actually wanted to talk about: the blush face emoji show. So we watched some SEAdLINNG and the.
It's very good, actually.
All right, I'm very happy that Tim liked it. Okay, so SEAdLINNG. So they have launched a new show called Seed Stage, and the first volume was on the 2nd of November, and I thought it would never make tape. Arisa Nakajima said it would make tape, and I bought a subscription. 3 weeks later, it still didn't make tape, so I cancelled my subscription, and then a week later, she uploaded it, so I had to rebuy the subscription. So it is on SEAdLINNG's website as a VOD, and I'm guessing they're just now going to release each seed stage after a month. Why is this show notable? Tim, do you know I love rookies? Have I ever said that?
Yes.
It is my favourite part about Joshi. When I used to... Have you played Football Manager?
Oh, like years ago.
Yeah.
Like decades ago.
Okay, you played Championship Manager.
When I was a kid.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know the exact... I used to play like multiple soccer manager games when I was a kid, football.
So in those games, you like see the stats of your players and they grow over time. It's all about developing players. And I used to use some software that would tell me who the next Wonder Kids are. So it was kind of like cheating, but that's how I mean, it's a single player game, so it doesn't matter. But it's technically cheating. And I would recruit them the day after they were created in the game, and I would keep resetting the game until I found a rookie I was happy with. So I would find the next Lionel Messi, I would sign him at 15 years old. If he wasn't good enough, I would just reset the game and keep trying to find the Lionel Messi. And then I would have a team full of 16-year-olds, and I would just watch them grow slowly each year until they were the best in the world in each position at like 20 years old, and then I would quit the game. That's literally how I used to play Football Manager. So I just love seeing rookies' talent grow. It's just my thing. So SEAdLINNG hasn't really worked with Ice Ribbon or Diana much for a large chunk of the year, but all of that opened up with this show. It was exciting to see them working all together again, but more importantly, this was SEAdLINNG jumping at the first opportunity that they had to start working with Diana again and to start working on their rookies. They, like a few months ago, Yuki Funa was injured and Celine Mizora hadn't debuted yet, so they only had Mira Kogo and Honori Hana, which is not really worth launching this initiative with. You only got 2 of them. And they also knew that 2 rookies would be coming back. Or Celine would be debuting and Yuki Funa would be coming back from injury. Now they got 2 extra rookies, and now they have a new rookie that just passed their protest, called Rui, who will, I assume, debut at some point in 2026. So with this pipeline, they've decided to launch a show. It's focused on the youngsters, and it's hosted at Post the Amistad, which is Diana's home venue that Diana rent out and use extensively themselves. And they're both based in Kawasaki, both promotions. So it's an awesome development for literally all Joshi fans, because it's like the more active the pipeline of talent is in the independents, then the more the scene can grow. And even if they end up getting recruited by STARDOM Marigold, that's just better for the scene overall, right? We want constant pipeline of talent, and SEAdLINNG are finally able to invest in that now they got everyone back. Now, this show is what I fucking want SEAdLINNG to be. This was fucking great. Okay, I don't want that shit 20-minute main event tag team match with Sumire Natsu riding people's face and Amazon and Yuri working in slow motion like the fucking Matrix. I want this show. This show was fucking sick. Tim, did you like this show?
You know what? This show really achieved really well, or like did really well in general. Like the booking, I guess. It really excelled at making me interested in the rookies and making me root for the rookies, especially because they managed to like put these rookies just against people that I can't stand. So I really wanted them to win every match. So I mean that's not really that fair. I do like Hiragi Kurumi a lot.
I don't like Hiragi Kurumi.
You don't like her?
No.
I always thought she was underrated. Like I remember her when she was with Risa and Suzu in Stardom. I always thought she was quite good, and really nobody talked about how good she actually was as a worker, how she never did anything wrong. She was never out of place. She was just a really solid foundation for every match, I thought, while like Suzu mainly was like the one in the spotlight in these matches. Hiragi always kind of used to do like the solid groundwork, and I always thought she was kind of underrated for that. So I don't have any problems with her. You probably watch more of her than me since she hasn't been in Stardom for a couple of years, I think.
Yeah, I think she just doesn't pop out. She doesn't do anything like new. She's like the sort of the same stuff the whole time. That's all. But I don't think. She's
but
bad.
I think she's a solid worker.
Yeah.
I don't actively have anything against her,
Yeah.
like I have with Lapidita and Bio Shirai, for example. So, that was really well done, because I think that was kind of on purpose, because obviously the veterans worked heel mostly in their positions, so worked well for me. I really liked it.
All right, let's just dive into it. So the opener was Hiragi Kurumi versus Celine Mizora. So Mizora debuted on the 17th of June against Koguma, and after the Sureism show with Yurika Oka, I said on this podcast that I thought Celine had a badass attitude and could develop into being a wrestler like Suri, Veni, and Minami Katsu, but I did not mean the same level. I just meant the same archetype of wrestler, like that group of I'm just going to beat the shit out of you, bad attitude. Our good mutual friend, fan of Minoru Suzuki, he mentioned to me that it had come off that I was super high on Celine, so I clarified it a bit and toned my language down a bit. So after watching this match, I just want to say, fuck that. Fuck that. I am all in on Celine, baby. I'll apologize for fucking nothing, okay? I love Celine. Oh my god. When we are doing the Joshi'ing around rookie tier list that I mentioned earlier, Celine is great. She is fucking great. It's only 10 matches, and I don't give a fuck. I love Celine. Oh boy, this was like a selling showcase for Celine, and I think she passed completely. This is going to sound like I'm looking for things that I want to praise her about, but seriously, she's 10 matches into her career. She's in a Boston Crab. She's like fucking wagging her finger because she can't speak to say she doesn't want to give up. 10 matches into your career. These are things that are like automatic for pros. 10 matches in, okay? She's fucking screaming in that single Boston Crab. She's trying to pull Kurumi's hair to get out. And I think she's improvising because Kurumi got caught off guard. She just fucking looked at her like, wait, what? How do you do that as a 10-match rookie? She's launching nuclear bomb forearms into Kurumi's chest. I think she has like the hardest forearm of any wrestler 10 matches into their career. I fucking love this woman. Even after one of the forearms, Kurumi was like, oh shit, that was actually kind of hot.
I could see that. I noticed that too.
What did you think about Celine?
I also noted her elbows down. They just sound hard.
Yeah.
Like she goes in with those. And the big half Boston spot was amazing. Yeah, I did really also like it. I see where you're coming from. Definitely. I thought the cannonball at the end, like this was something for Hiragi Kurumi. That was one of the most brutal cannonballs I think I've ever seen. It was more like a mix of a spear and a cannonball, because she landed like lawn darted into her and then kind of rolled
I was surprised like her nose didn't just bust open with blood.
Yeah, that was crazy. Nah, was a really fun match.
Love Celine Mizora. Obviously, I'm being a bit hyperbolic, but I do think she's genuinely a good rookie. So she's someone I'd put in that good category. So I think she's a good rookie.
Yes.
Then we had Lepidita versus Moran. So Moran is the Diana prodigy. So if you've seen like Coco and Marigold, Moran is like more well-rounded, but also does a lot of lucha stuff. Not as many. Insane. Yeah, not as many cool stuff. Like she doesn't do like a 450, but she does a lot of high speed stuff. And I think she's a better worker than Coco because she has like an extra year on her.
Yeah,
that's pretty much.
I would agree on that.
So a SEAdLINNG high speed match is basically a match with fast free counts that sometimes Natsuki, the referee, gets involved in. It's pretty gimmicky. You hate Lepidita. I enjoy them more than Dos Locos Mexico. So
really,
yeah, I like Kao Kobayashi.
Yeah, maybe when she's Kao Kobayashi, I hate this gimmick.
It's because she's too happy. I just realized that's why you don't like.
Yeah, it's the
Reem is an army
thing.
Yeah.
Yes, it's too much.
Fair enough.
It's too annoying. It's oh my god.
But as a wrestler,
the Maracas thing, I can't. I get a headache when I watch that.
Como me duele. No. That entrance music stuck in my head the whole time. Yeah, there was a lot of sick sequences in the match. So Moran did one of those front flips where you land on your head and vault forward. So do you know the Izumi Sai Kamitani spot, which had that tweet talking about Izumi not doing it correctly? Do you remember? People were like criticizing the sequence and said they shouldn't wrestle ever again. Oh, okay. Maybe.
I remember the tweet. I didn't remember what exactly they were criticizing.
Yeah, so in that clip, Izumi just does like a front flip forward. And she did it not the correct way that a Joshi did it in the 80s. So then people sort of criticized Izumi. So Moran did that spot here, and I thought it was a pretty fucking good attempt. She almost mastered it, but not quite. Yeah, I know, it's funny, isn't it? But yeah, this was an awesome Moran showcase. It was kind of like a Stardom high-speed match in a good way. So yeah, like this match a lot.
Yep, same. I just think Moran is so fucking good.
She's 16, by the way.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I think she's a better worker than so many people I saw on Survivor Series. It's not even funny.
I mean, that is a given for a fact.
Yes, maybe 100% of them, if I think about it. I mean, okay, Kana was in there, like Yoshirai. Okay, never mind. But
maybe not those.
Anyway.
And then we had my match of the night. I fucking love this match. Honori Hana versus Mio Shirai. So this was actually like a preview for a tag title match.
Yeah, that was sick.
On the 26th of December in Korakuen Hall. It will be Honori Unagi Sayaka versus Natsu Sumire and Mio Shirai. They were just... So when I say shoot slap, what I mean is, obviously they knew the slap was happening. It was mutually agreed. But you can't work those slaps. They are actually slapping each other fucking hard. There was... I didn't even count how many shoot slaps were in this match, but it was fucking disgusting. And I loved it. A bit like the Tam Sariano match that everyone talks about, but on a lower level. But it's just so good. Honori Hana is 25 years old. She's been there since 2020, but she took like a 2 to 3 year break. Almost 3 year break. So technically, she's only got like 2 years of experience. And she's the eldest of... Well, she's not the eldest, but she's the most experienced out of the SEAd youngsters. So she's like really leading the charge forward. So the fact she had this type of a hard-hitting match, the fact that she's like a power wrestler and she should totally lean into that, this was everything I'm looking for from Honori Hana. Just awesome. I thought Mio Shirai was a very good bully. Because I went into this thinking, it's fucking Mio Shirai. But I thought she had her working boots on because she's not with Natsu Sumire, Sumire Natsu, and she was very good here, I thought.
Yeah, I did want to give her credit because I usually also don't like Mio Shirai very much. Yeah. But I'm just giving her credit for giving Honori Hana so much because she made Honori Hana look like a fucking beast in this match.
Yeah.
She ate so many like big shoulder blocks from her and let herself be dominated, I guess, by Honori Hana, which is good. Great.
Very good. Yeah, and Mio Shirai even afterwards was she said something like, do you hate my face that much? Just because of how hard she slapped it. So Mia Shirai was even putting over Hanori Hannah after the match. So yeah, this match was fucking awesome. So
she did beat her though.
She did beat her with the Insuguri,
Insuguri.
which has a name that I don't know. So
I found it funny, like the crowd just groaned when Shirai won. They really wanted Hanori Hannah to win.
The SEAdLINNG fans love their fucking youngsters. That is one thing for sure. So
just a big groan at the end. Whatever.
Yeah. And then in the main event, we had Honoka and Yuki Funa, who's another SEAdLINNG rookie, against Kahu Matsushita and Mira Koga. So Kahu, we've spoken about. She challenged for the Ice Ribbon title in October. We've already spoken about how Ice Ribbon are sort of opening up a bit with this sort of seed stage thing, which is awesome, because I think one of the things that Kahu desperately needs is more exposure to wrestling. She's got great fundamentals, but she needs more excitement, more energy, something different, in her wrestling. Like, I've never left a Kahu match thinking, wow, but I've left it thinking, that was fucking good. But I want to be wowed by her, because her and Ibuki Hoshi are meant to be carrying Ice Ribbon into, like, the next era, So her going and doing more bookings is a good direction. Honoka is fucking great. We've spoken about her, Starlight Kid style underdog babyface. Like she's amazing vocal, effective babyface. She's very good at getting sympathy. I know both are masked. That's probably part of it. That both are masked. That you kind of learn a different way to sell. Do you think?
Oh yeah, that may be true.
Yeah. And so I thought she was great. Mira Koga is over 1 year, so I can't really call her a rookie, but I do anyway. I don't know. Don't get mad. She's got like, I don't know, 18 months of experience or something. She does mainly kicks. Suri is her favorite, if you can believe that. If you watch the match, you'll see why. I think she's had some not great matches in the Jaja Uma tournament. Like, her match against Spike wasn't good. I think in general, Mira Koga needs to sell a bit better. Like Celine, I think is a better seller than Mira already, and she's only 10 matches in. So I would put Yuki Funa as like an okay rookie. I don't think she's like.
How long has she been?
The same as Celine. She doesn't
have a cage match.
Yeah, same as Celine.
Also 10 matches.
So she debuted in March, but she got injured in her debut, and then she didn't come back until July. Okay. So they sort of like came back in at the same time and had very similar number of matches. So she's very green. Okay. Yeah.
I actually thought she was a bit. She looked relatively solid in this match.
Yeah, she looked solid, but probably.
And she started the match. And
I would put her in the okay rookie though. Like she's she's fine.
Okay rookie. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. So I didn't actually have many notes on this match. I thought it was just good. I think the only thing I noted was Mira Koga threw out like 100 kicks, and I think it was a bit much.
That's pretty much my note as well. It's just kicks. I think stiff kicks here. Stiff kicks there.
They were stiff for sure. But then if a motherfucker's kicking out 40 of your stiff kicks, are they really stiff? I feel like she just needs to slow it down a bit, but that's like kind of fixable, right? You just need like a good coach to tell you that. So it's not really a problem. You can always dial something back. So so that's not bad. And I thought this was Yuki Funa, like you mentioned, actually. I think this was one of her better performances that I've seen her do. Normally, she looks lost in the ring. She did not look lost in the ring here. She sold well, and she had good, hard forearms. Yeah, this was promising. This was good. Then Miria pinned Yuki Funa, and then she challenged Honoka for her POP title at Kanreki Festival. How awesome is that, by the way? How connected the scene is. Honoka is a wave wrestler. She's a wave wrestler who is the pop champion. The pop title is a Pure J championship. And then Mira Koga, a seed wrestler, beat her on a brand new SEAdLINNG show and then challenged her on a produce show at Shinjuku Face. It's so cool how connected everything is.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That was a seed stage show. You got anything else? Otherwise, I'll just talk quickly about the Kanreki Festival I just mentioned.
No, you go.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, Kanreki
no, one more. Sorry.
Go for it.
Keep interrupting you. This was the second match I watched in 2 days where a top rope drop kick was the finish to the match. I found that noteworthy because I don't know how often I've seen that ever before, but it was once again.
So Yuna and Miria Koga.
Yes.
Good company to keep. So, Kanreki Festival was held on the 1st of December and at Shinjuku Face, as I mentioned. So it actually celebrated the birthday of the Jumping Bomb Angels duo. Do you know about them?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Norio Tateno and Itsuki Yamazaki. So it was Norio's 60th birthday on the 1st of December 2025, and it's Yamazaki's birthday a month later. It also celebrated 40 years since they were paired together in All Japan Women's Pro Wrestling. So there was a lot of nostalgia on the show. Like, there was a battle royale featuring all their friends like Aja Kong, Jaguar Yokota, Michiko Omukai, who's Shino's mother, Mima Shimoda, Takako Inoue, and more. But why I watched this show was for a few matches talking about the future and some seed rookies again. But first, the opener was Kahaku and Miku Kanai versus Dump, Matsumoto, and Zap. I wasn't going to talk about this match. Okay? And then I saw Dump stab a spike into Kahaku's forehead, and she started bleeding immediately. She literally, like, stabbed her in the forehead, and the camera was showing the forehead. Like, there was no, like, blade here. I swear to God, she just spiked her in the forehead, and Kahaku started bleeding. So, maybe Dump Matsumoto agreed that with Kahaku beforehand, but it was fucking disgusting. Yes.
You have to watch that documentary, man.
I literally got the note down here. I was about to start watching it, and then I started working on my feature. But yeah, I will watch it. Then,
Awesome.
Yeah, Honoka versus Mirakoga. So this was the pop title match that was set up on the Seed show. I thought this was going to be Honoka getting beat up, get the shit kicked out of her by Mirakoga, and then champion making a comeback. Honoka was a beast in this match. The story of the match was basically she survived Miria's onslaught of kicks, the 500 kicks that Miria throws. She got the better of Miria, started bullying Miria, but Mirakoga came back with her kicks with like a second wind, but it wasn't enough to put Honoka away. And then a really good finishing stretch. Honoka does a really cool fast-paced bridging O'Connor roll, so I kind of bit that on the finish, but Mira kicked out the last second. That was a great near fall. Mira hit an awesome bicycle kick into a German suplex, which I thought was the finish as well. But Honoka sort of like rolled off at the last second, and then Honoka won with a signature roll. It's like a seatbelt. It's a lucha type move. I don't know the name. Sorry. Yeah, I thought Mira was kind of good, but again, she's just a bit too she's trying to be Suri without being Suri. Like, she loves Suri so much that she's copying like all of her moves and stuff, but she's too shy or too timid. You need to be like a vicious motherfucker to put it off, right?
Awesome. I should real quick. I should retract that bit about it being a documentary. It's a series. There's quite a bit. People get angry if you call it a documentary. It's
is it like is it fictional?
They enhanced some stuff, let's say. Okay. They did like you know how they did some like shoot finishes.
We're talking about Queen of Villains on Netflix, by the way.
Yes.
I don't know if we mentioned that. Yeah, go on.
You know how they used to do like some shoot finishes actually in All Japan.
Yeah.
Women. They kind of enhanced that. There were a lot more that they claimed were shoot finishes.
But they weren't. Yeah, okay.
But they weren't in reality. That's most of the fiction in there. Other than that, it's, I think, rather accurate. There's a good Twitter thread that explains everything that's fiction and everything that's real.
Okay, cool.
It's pretty fascinating. I can send you that at some point, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then the main event was Team 200 kg versus Suri and Celine Mizora. So I love seeing who SEAdLINNG pair Celine with. I messaged Tim about this actually. Because outside of watching wrestling, I watch interviews about wrestling, and I was watching the same guy I always mention, Hype Talk TV. He had an interview with Celine, and I messaged Tim because I was so excited because she mentioned that Suri is someone she likes to watch a lot. And I said to you guys on that Suriism review that she can grow into one of those types of wrestlers. So the fact that she mentioned Suri as one of her favorites was awesome. And now she's teaming up with Suri, and she's been teaming up with Veni as well in SEAdLINNG, and she faced Veni. So I feel like SEAdLINNG know what they're onto here, the fact that they're putting her in this position. So it's not just me being crazy.
I mean, the fact that Suri booked her on her show already. That
exactly.
Suri
That's
sees
actually
something in her,
yeah,
right?
For sure, yeah. This was a mostly standard Team 200 kg match, mixed in with some like Hashimoto and Suri interactions. So, Celine, of course, had a lot of good selling, but the template was exactly the same as their others. Once again, Celine's selling was really good. For the team, all the Team 200 kg spots, she knew how to play it up, because obviously the crowd want to see like the U steamroller, and Celine I thought was smart about knowing how to play that up, which a rookie probably wouldn't be. So she must be a wrestling fan. I actually like a long time wrestling fan. I don't actually know if she is. Suri and Hashimoto German suplexing each other. I don't know. That's just always love that. And then Celine got squished by the Team 200 kg press. So good match. And awesome. We are done.
Whew. God
so
damn.
Just going to mention some shows that are coming up. So Marvelous is happening tomorrow. I guess there's Spark Rush versus Chikai Nagashima and Rico. So Magenta. Maria is injured as of 19th of November. I think she's got broken thumb, but we'll see if they progress the title challenge that they're meant to be having that they never seem to have. The main event is Echika Miyabi from PPP Tokyo and Senkei Akatsuki versus Itsuki Aoki and Miya Momono. So that might be fun. There's Choco Pro coming out next week on VOD, I imagine sometime this week, which is a title match in the main event, Makoto and Sayaka versus Miya Yotsuba and Soy. There's the second stage of Seed Stage, Volume 2.
It's going to be out next week?
No. It's happening on 6th of December and it'll be out on the 6th of January. But just wanted to mention it because more Celine Mizora. And then there's the Ice Ribbon pay-per-view where we will decide the next challenger for Manami Katsu. What's your match of the week, Tim?
Well, obviously, it's got to be Dominic Mysterio against John Cena from the Saturday WWE Survivor Series. Brilliant match, brilliant shoulder injury spot from Dominic. Amazingly sold. Tons of great interference. A couple of super 619 spots, which were awesome. So
that kind of makes sense because Dave thought the same. So you're in good company.
Absolutely.
Dave Meltzer, sorry, just to be clear.
So yeah, runner-up I guess would be the finals of the Stardom Tag League, where Sakurada beat Natsuko Tora and Ruaka. I literally didn't watch any other wrestling this week than what I talked about here. Like AW is in its winter break right now. They had the season finale two weeks ago. So they're going to continue in March. And until then, I'm probably mostly only going to watch Joshi that we're going to talk about here. So, yeah.
Cool. Well, I had a bit of a weird bunch this week because I caught up on some CMLL matches. So the winner was Commander versus Mascara Dorada, CMLL 23rd of November. I thought that was really fucking good, to be honest. Runners-up, obviously the Goddess of Tag League finals. Kevin Knight and Mike Bailey versus Mascara Dorada and Neon from 21st of November, CMLL. Go Shiozaki and Shotaro Ashino versus Musashi and Saiko Yoshioka, All Japan, 28th of November. Aoi and Azusa Inaba from J2O on the 9th.
Oh, I wanted to watch that. Fuck.
So I deliberately didn't talk about it. I have notes on it, and I didn't talk about it because you haven't seen it. So we'll do that next week.
All right, let's do it next week. Yeah. Awesome.
And then probably some Continental Classic matches, but I don't think one stood out against the rest, so I just kind of liked all of them. But yeah, those are my picks.
Okay. Awesome.
Are you going to keep the WWE stuff in?
I don't know. Why?
I don't know, because you said you were going to cut it out.
Yeah, I think it's too big of a segment to just cut out.
Yeah, it would be like...
I'm gonna listen to it back. Maybe I'm gonna cut some of it out if it sucks. I don't know if it was that good. But,
well, we overshot by half an hour, but that happens. It could have been worse. We just spent a bit too long on Stardom.
I mean, if I cut it out, we might hit the 3 hours.
Nah, it's okay. It's not that bad. Okay. So thank you all for listening, and I guess we will see you next week. Rate us 5 stars because apparently that actually...
and everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, subscribe because apparently it matters, is what someone told us.
If we cared, then we should do that, yeah. All right, until next week.
Bye.
Bye.